Now, looks like we've already got Joe Bob Tar Heel in the chat. All right, I think we are live. Yes, we are live. Hello and welcome to episode 16 of season 8 of the Sausage Factory. I am your moderator, Pizzal, and joining me tonight, I have got from New York City, Stone Gassman. How you doing, Stone?
Yeah, surviving the quarantine and listening to Como's speeches and everything, and realizing, okay, fine, we have to stay home until April 31st. Fine. I'm just living it up, just trying to get through it the best I can. But
Mm-hmm.
but at least I'm not sick. So.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So you guys are going to be basically they've mandated it. You're going to be stuck inside until the end of April.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Well, also with me tonight from New Jersey, Lorne, visited by Voices One. What's up, Lorne? How you doing, man? Oh, wait, hold on 1 second. Let me mention Stone just recently launched his own website, stonegassman.com. So you guys go check out
Yes.
stonegassman.com.
Yep.
So stonegassman.com.
Yes.
Lorne,
There's
what's
there's only one movie review there so far. It's on a Burt Reynolds film called Skullduggery. It's not there's not much to say about it. You can read the review if you want to, but yeah, I'm basically looking at certain films from the '70s, and I'm gonna look at doing some other stuff, maybe some commentaries later on. So yeah, that's what I plan to do with the website.
cool? Well,
Yeah.
bookmark it for future posts and updates. Yeah, but what's going on with you, Lauren? How you doing, man?
I don't know what the hell day it is. I don't know. I wake up, I go to sleep, I watch movies from the 30s. Sometimes it's throw in something from Indonesia, and remarkably, I think it's almost summer because it's not snowing anymore. I don't know. It's all blur.
I got to tell you, I almost sent you guys a message last night because I have no idea what day of the week it is anymore either. So I was on my computer last night, and my cursor scrolled over the date and the time, and it said Thursday, and I went, "Holy crap! I thought today was Wednesday." I was like, let me message the guys and tell them, "Hey, I totally didn't realize it was Thursday." And then I was like, "Wait a minute! Oh, it's 12:03. Of course it's Thursday. It's after midnight. I don't know what day of the week it is. I don't know what time it is. So, but I completely thought that I totally forgot about just the show and everything. So that's
I
where
think
I'm
on the
at.
other side of this, there's gonna be post and pre-COVID time. So I think that everyone's gonna be operating on their own timetable. No one's gonna get proper sleep. It's gonna be a wild time. It's gonna be very surreal.
Yes, once things get back to normal, when they do get back to normal, which is hopefully soon, it's going to be like jet lag times a million. But
Without
also
the jet.
without the jet, yes. Also with me tonight is Christian. What's up, Christian? How you doing, man?
What's going on, Piz?
How's things down in Louisiana?
Man, it's all right, I guess. It turns out my hobbies are hanging around non-essential businesses, touching my face, and standing in crowds. So that's not going very good.
That is,
uh,
yeah, you're doing it all wrong. You're doing it all wrong.
Yeah.
But oh goodness, did you ever get that birthday shout out from what's her name, Diana Prince?
I didn't get a video, but she made like a post for me, so I can't complain. I'll
Okay,
take it.
that was nice of her.
Yeah.
That was nice of her.
I bugged her enough. I know, I know that.
Yeah. But that's cool. That's cool. So how was your birthday?
I'm on graveyard shifts right now, so I pretty much slept through the majority of the day. I got that Arrow video Beyond the Door in. I watched that, and that was pretty much it. So it wasn't bad. I'm alive and I'm healthy, man. I can't complain. I really can't.
Cool. Well, what are
Come
you
on,
now?
try.
What are you now? Like 17?
I'm 28.
Okay.
My birthday was last Saturday.
Whatever.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Thank you.
Very nice, man. We got some birthday boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also with me tonight from Florida, B-Movie Mike. What's up, Mike? How you doing, buddy?
What's up, guys? Doing well. Thank you.
How's everything down in Florida?
It's Florida, man. It's crazy 24/7. There ain't no change. So I love it. That's why I'm here.
Well, that's good, man. Were you going to say something, Stone?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Mike, I just read a story today of a guy in Florida that was arrested for walking into a store and intentionally coughing on somebody.
Oh, that's happened several times around here. Oh, yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh, man.
I've heard that story a few times. It started to turn into like an urban legend.
I saw a mugshot of a woman, and the story was that she went to, I think it was Walmart, and she coughed on something like $1,500 worth of produce.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like intentionally just coughing on the produce. And then I saw
there's people getting arrested and they cough on the cops or they spit on them or sneeze at them, and it's Florida, man. You just expect that shit.
Well,
it comes with the ID, you know. Welcome to Florida.
I saw one. There was a guy who got arrested for hoarding. They literally, like, the police brought like these huge U-Haul trucks. He had so many medical supplies he was hoarding. The masks, respirators, all kinds of crap he was hoarding. And when they were arresting him, they were dragging him out of his apartment, and he was coughing on the cops, intentionally coughing on the cops. So he got charged for like assault, and he got charged for a ton of stuff because of that. It just like, I think police brutality in that instance should be totally okay. You know, just throw the guy down, smash his face open, put him in that illegal chokehold until he goes out, and then just kick him into the back of the car. You know what I mean?
Well, I think during the AIDS epidemic, people were spitting on cops, and not only was it assault, but in some cases they would try to charge them with attempted murder.
Yeah.
You know, because, hey, you know, you got to be careful what you do. Of course, if you're that crazy, you don't give a shit about laws of any kind.
Exactly. Oh, jeez.
They're also being charged with terrorism with it.
Yes, that's it. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Mike, I'll tell you this, man. I'm a avid live PD watcher, and anytime they go to Florida, I know it's going to be a lit episode. Because they have the craziest criminals I've ever seen. There was this one guy in like this '89 Ford, just box truck. He drove into a backyard in a subdivision and cleared a fence to get on the interstate. He got away. I mean, I was cheering for the guy. He earned getting away. But whenever it's Florida, Mike, it is a lit episode. So. Oh,
man. Yeah, we got guys that like pull up to a Wendy's drive-thru and throw an alligator through the window.
What?
What?
Oh, man. Yeah.
What is the end
I
game?
love it down here, man. Why would you want to live someplace boring when you can live here?
Oh,
Right,
jeez.
right.
Unbelievable.
There used to be a great Twitter account called Florida Guy. Or no, what was it?
Florida Man.
Florida Man, yes. And like all of the tweets were about how, you know, a Florida man did something crazy and, you know, got busted. And Florida man does this, Florida man does that. And it's just it's so insane. It was so funny. What is it about Florida? What is it down there that just, you know?
What is it?
I have no
Rick
idea.
Scott.
But it's a beautiful thing. That's all I know.
It's a beautiful thing.
You guys in your hanging chads.
That's it. Also with me tonight from Canada, Raiho Magnifico. What's up, man?
No, you know, keeping sane in this insane world.
I hear you.
What happened to the couch, the beer, and the cat?
I got relegated to the spare bedroom tonight. My wife is watching TV.
Oh man.
And I still got a drink. I had some beers up there, but I've got some whiskey and coke tonight.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, I'm in the spacious back bedroom.
Very nice. Very nice. She's like, I don't. She's like, look, I'm watching Tiger
She
King
had
here.
this puzzle set up. She does puzzles, and she had this huge puzzle set up in front of her, and I was just like, I can't tell you to get out of here tonight. So, so she's watching her shows and doing her puzzles. So
Nice. Very nice. Very nice.
yeah.
And with me also is Cameron. What's up, Cameron? How you doing, man?
Excuse me. Good. How are you?
Doing very well. What's been up with you?
Well, I just want to say, Mike, I noticed the Jaws behind you, and Jaws is coming to 4K pretty soon. I'm pretty excited about that. That should be a pretty stunning transfer. What's new with me? I dropped the trailer for my film that I'm working on yesterday. Yesterday was the 30th anniversary of Twin Peaks. I thought, what a perfect day to do it. So I dropped it, and yeah, the reception has been really good. Thank you to you guys for watching it, checking it out. And Lauren did a reaction video, which was quite amusing because he has doesn't change his expression at all during the entire trailer. But you know, we were joking about those guys that watch those trailers and just always go, oh, you know, and freak out.
That's how I should do my trailer reaction. Just be, oh my god, what?
That would be amazing. Or just do it as Freaky Jason and just don't have no reaction.
Yeah, that'd be it.
But yeah, you know, they're talking about May for here. I still don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to be probably closer into the summer. But one of the big things, stories happening out here, is they're trying to investigate to see if the virus hit here earlier than they thought. And so, because a lot of people claim they were sick, around Christmas time or January, and could have just been the flu. But they're really looking into it to see if maybe we got hit first somehow. So that's the new thing that all the news stations are talking about out here, to see if we've already cleared it enough, which is interesting.
I got sick back in January. It was not the flu. I was sick the entire month, and it was pure respiratory. So it was like nothing I'd been sick with before, and I was the whole month. Went through a round of antibiotics, barely touched it. Had to have an antibiotic injection and a steroid, and even then, it just hung on to me. Like the whole month, I was sick.
But no fever? I
had a fever. Just one night I had a fever, not a continuous fever, but one night I did have a fever for sure.
Yeah, because I coughed for 6 or 7 weeks, but I never had a fever or chest compressions or anything like that. So who knows? It would be. Let me tell you something. My anxiety would be lowered quite a bit if I found out I already had it.
Yeah, definitely.
I would be out donating blood, going to the grocery store, just dancing around in the streets.
Exactly. I would like to know, because it was just and the doctor was just like, well, let's check this, let's try that. Because I told the doctor, I said, there's something wrong. I don't know what it is. There's something wrong. Test me for everything. And literally they took 4 vials of blood, and everything came back all your levels are good. Everything,
Yeah.
According to your blood test, you're perfectly healthy.
The only thing that I'm the most concerned about is this idea, because we've never cured the flu. Right. So this potential of it coming back every year in a new strain is a little terrifying, because the idea that we could be 6 months on, 6 months off every every year, that would change everything. But you know what? We talk about movies on this show. I do think that a lot of things are going to change. I think that we're going to go much more voice activated after this thing's over. I don't think we're going to have community buttons and ATM, and stuff. I think we're going to be doing a lot more voice stuff. We're already talking to Siri and Echo anyway. Why not?
Right.
But I think that it's going to be interesting to see whether this brings the movie theater experience back. Hey, we're getting out of the house. Great. or whether this was the final coffin for the movie theaters and everything's going to be streamed home, because we're doing that now. And apparently it's a big success. So people are willing to pay $40 because
now they have captive audience, though. I mean, when everybody's allowed to, move about the earth freely, the audience might go down.
No, true. But there is a convenience factor of not having to spend the gas to go to the theater. And I mean, like, for instance, we've talked about this in the past, that not until Suicide Squad did your brother like feel comfortable going to the theater. One, it was a good thing that the Suicide Squad was out, that he wanted to go see it, because I think if every film was available to home, he may not have ever gone to the theater if all the new releases were released at home.
That's true.
So I'm curious to see what's going to happen. I think society will change in some aspects, because this is, it's been almost 20 years since our country really went through something. The 2008 recession almost seems like a blip compared to what's going to happen with this thing.
Yeah.
We got millions and millions and millions of people out of work and unemployment, and no checks coming till who knows when. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and you made a good point there, because Birds of Prey has been on streaming for I don't know how long, and I've told Jeremy, if you want to watch it, we can get it whenever you want to watch it. And he's like, yes, and he never asked to watch it. So I mean, that tells you something, I think. Yeah.
I heard something today. AMC, the big movie theater chain, is not sure if they're going to survive this shutdown.
They're filing for bankruptcy, but so many businesses have filed for bankruptcy and just kept going. So, we'll see.
Guitar Center, Gibson Guitars. I mean, there's a long list of. They'll probably just get bought out by a new parent company and keep moving.
Yeah, which, I mean, it seems like this would be the perfect time to learn how to play an instrument. So.
Except they closed down all the instrument stores, so now you got to order one online, and shipping's about 14 times longer than it normally would be.
That's true.
I have Amazon Prime. I was going to buy something. It was like, yeah, we guarantee shipping. It was like 3 weeks. What the fuck happened to 3 days?
Yeah. No, I did order something from Amazon, and they told me it wasn't going to be here till like the 22nd of this month, but it arrived much earlier. It arrived like the other day. So I mean, those estimated times are just estimates, I think.
I was going to say the same thing. We ordered something and it said like a week and a half, and it's usually like 3 days, and it came in the 3-day window. It's just, I think they're just hedging their bets, especially now they signed some kind of deal in Canada where they're shipping a lot of medical equipment, so it might get harder now, but.
Jay the Stingray's joined us. Stingray, what's up, man?
What's poppin', fellas?
How you doing?
Good. Glad to be here. I don't know if you guys heard, but a pretty cool trailer dropped this morning. Queen of Hearts. Pretty cool.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, man. I haven't had a chance to comment on it yet, but yeah, I saw it earlier. Looks good.
Well, we can talk about it off camera then.
Talk about it on camera.
No, but because you're a fan of the show. You did you were doing reactions to the third season with Eric a while back. So,
well, I was going to kind of save it. I was going to do a reaction video later on tonight after we finish the show. So I'll
that'd be amazing.
Save it for that.
And I have to pick your brain. Some shop talk here. I need to pick your brain about how to transfer VHS tapes to the internet, because my goodness, I've been wanting to do that. I have so many tapes, of great commercials that have never been seen since.
See, this is the stuff. This is why you got to do it. I've got Jay to do it too.
Yeah, I'm inspired by Ryo.
Yeah,
there's so much stuff that's out there that's on tapes that could be. It's all gold.
You're gonna do a video, right, Stingray, about the equipment.
Well, hopefully it's going to be a series of videos. I've got a bunch of sold as blanks off of eBay, and in all honesty, I'm looking for like homemade porn. But that's the goal. But I'm gonna share whatever crap is on these people's tapes.
Very cool. Yeah,
I had this breakout thing. I think it was called Aber Media or something. It was put it in the back of your VCR and then USB into the computer, and you could copy the tapes that way, depending on if you had some kind of. Most computers come with video editing software of some kind,
mm-hmm.
and you could transfer it that way and then make a new file out of it.
Well, if
Too
anybody's
difficult.
curious, Adobe Premiere is, I think they're allowing all of their stuff, whether it be Premiere and Illustrator and Photoshop, all that stuff is like free right now during the pandemic. So if you haven't tried those programs, you should, because they're cool. So.
Yeah, that's one thing I got to get some new software.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. We can, yeah.
I'm anxiously awaiting the VHS videos.
Look forward to.
I'm hoping you would drop one today.
Well, I need to get some proper AV cables. I only had one channel going. Dude, I think I threw all my damn AV cables away. Like, I don't know what the hell. I had like 500 pairs of those damn things, and I don't know where they all are.
I got plenty here, but I'm scared to go to the post office right now. But if I test myself and I find out I've had the virus, I'll go to the post office tomorrow. So.
Have you done it yet? Have you done the test?
No. But we were talking about earlier that we all feel like we were really sick in January. So
yeah. And my sister was on a cruise in January, February, and she thinks she had it. So.
I was saying, is it the test where they take the ginormous Q-tip and like shove it up in your brain?
Apparently, they have
not at all look comfortable.
I don't know. They tested my 10-month-old, and they just took blood.
Yeah.
They just pricked his finger and took it. We didn't even know they were doing it. We knew they were testing for some other viruses, but anyway, they tested for it. It was through blood. I don't know. Maybe there's a couple ways to do it.
Apparently, they have to go deeper in the sinuses for the corona test. God. I've done like the flu test plenty of times, and that's pretty bad too. But this looks a little worse.
I saw a video of somebody getting tested, and these damn Q-tips are freaking huge.
Yeah,
and it was like 3/4 of the way up there. I'm like, you getting a brain tissue sample? What the hell?
Well, Mike, they have to stay 6 feet apart, so they have to be that long.
Yeah, but there was almost like 6 foot of that some bitch up the person's nose.
Well, that's just because
Is this a lobotomy or a test? I mean, wiggle that fucker and they'll be stupid forever.
Well, maybe they shouldn't have hired Dr. Butcher MD to design the test.
You come at me with that shit, I'd just be sick. Thanks, man.
I think the most important
in the closet.
I think the most important question coming out of the whole pandemic is, does Governor Cuomo have nipple rings?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God!
I really don't want to know.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to dispute that evidence, isn't it?
There's a lot of hashtag homosexuals now. They're in love with him.
The governor of Kentucky. Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
The governor of Kentucky has become like a sex symbol now, because of his daily 5 p.m. COVID live streams. You know, just sort of doing his inspirational live streams to everybody in Kentucky. That the hashtag Govern Me Daddy was trending, and it's all about him. So he's become like this sex symbol.
I just want it noted that Governor Murphy in Jersey has not become a sex symbol, and that's just not going to happen.
I am trying to get the Queen of Hearts trailer. Let me see if I can get the Queen of Hearts trailer to play here. And,
Don't play it. Don't play it. You'll get a potential copyright strike.
You just have to mute the middle of it.
Oh, see, I don't know if I'll be able to do that. We'll post it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But it's out there. It's out there. Just search Queen of Hearts or go to Obnoxious and Anonymous. It's out there.
Just check us out on Twitter. We've all like retweeted it and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Let's give some shout outs here. Let's see who all's watching with us tonight. Zombie 7979, Joe Bob Tarhill, Jess Graham, Jamie, Joe Reese. Hey, what's up, Joe Reese? Borderline 11, Anthony Anderson, RJ Skornicki. That's a great name. He says, loved your Slasher Megasode Part 2 and the Child's Play retrospective shows. They were the best. Thank you, sir. Got Baby Herman here, Devin Dungan. I did say hello to Jess Graham, didn't I? I think I did. Jan Man is here. My buddy Jan Man from Jan Man Chronicles. Johnny Dean. Biscayne Kid. Don't want to miss anybody. Ah, my buddy Dave Vanderhoff is here. Whoa, Dave Vanderhoff is here. So how are you guys out there in the chat doing tonight? Hope you guys are all doing well. Manny Gatillo, what's up, Manny? How are you doing? So we had last week off. Did you guys see any good movies or bad movies or indifferent movies over the past couple of weeks?
I just want to throw out real quick because we've done, I believe we've done a Bob Clark episode before. We've certainly talked about Black Christmas several times. Kino is going to be releasing Murder by Decree on Blu-ray, and for those of you who don't know, that was the original, like, from hell, basically Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper, and it's very well done. And it was pre his Porky's Christmas Story days, so he's still working in that horror thriller mode. So when the Kino sale hits, you'll be able to pick that up for like $8. So and it has the Bob Clark commentary on it too, which is great.
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. I really like Murder by Decree, by the way. It's really, like you said, it's really well done.
Yeah. And to go from that movie to Porky's is pretty amazing.
That's range.
That's range. You know, he was a very I don't think he gets enough credit for how varied his career was. I mean, he had great successes in horror and in comedy and
Baby Geniuses.
Baby Geniuses was a hit. You know what I mean?
And hey, Rhinestone with Stallone and Dolly Parton. Come on,
That's right.
Don't forget the classics, man.
He had a very varied and eclectic career. That's for sure.
He did Porky's too as well, right? I believe he did.
Yeah.
And then he sat out in the third one.
Yeah, he didn't do Porky's Revenge.
No.
That was somebody else. Yeah.
Oh,
And I think he ghost directed some of Popcorn too, if I'm not mistaken. So he's all over the place.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, goodness gracious. Anybody else see anything good?
I've watched 6 of the Puppet Master films.
Oh, okay.
Good Lord.
which ones, Jay? I love Puppet Master.
1 through 6, man. I'm doing them all.
The buck stops at 5 for me, but I haven't seen Curse of Puppet Master in a long time.
Honestly, 5 may have been my favorite so far. Like, I've seen most of these films on and off over the years, but never like chronologically. But,
So you're doing Puppet Master. Lauren's doing Children of the Corn. I think we all have to find some series that went on far too long to invest our time.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to the Full Moon channel right now, so I'm going to go through a good bit of their old, cheesy catalog.
I've not seen any of the Puppet Master movies in God forever.
I'll be honest, man. Like, it's rare that a series, like, they get better. Like 1 and 2 are just kind of like for me, but 3, 4, and 5 I think are all solid.
Yeah, 3's pretty killer.
Which is the one where it's like on a college campus. It seems like it's very short. It's like Toulon's grandson or great grandson or something.
I don't think I've gotten to that one yet.
I don't remember which one that is. I remember really liking that one a long time ago.
Well, the ones you like seem to be the ones that Jeff Burr directed once he kind of took over the series he did 3 through 5 or something like that.
Yeah, I'm a big Jeff Burr fan anyway.
Jay, did you see the Littlest Reich?
That's one I haven't seen. That's one of the newer ones, right?
Dude, I love that one.
Is that part of this? Is that part of the series or a reboot of it?
It's like a Halloween 2018 in a sense. It just it was a Fangoria Presents, which was weird. I was like, this isn't Full Moon, which kind of is a good thing at this point, right?
There's like 12 of them, right?
Yeah, I got that box set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
They committed the cardinal sin of they stopped numbering after a while, and then it's like
Curse
retro Puppet Master. Yeah.
Curse Retro Legacy Axis Rising
I hate that shit. I can't keep up with what's
They don't.
what.
They don't want you to know just how many of them there are at this point.
Yeah.
That's not a turnoff for me though. Like there's 12
Numbers
of
are
them.
taboo
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Call
Numbers are
Puppet Master
taboo.
12.
Was that
Yeah.
one of the original box sets, or was that one of the ones they magically found in the garage?
Well, I've actually got that unlicensed. Well, I think Paramount still had the property at the time, but Band was like, screw it. And I've got that old DVD set. And everybody's like, how did you get that? I said, I don't know. I just went on the internet and got it. I had no idea it was supposedly like this rare thing, but I've got that. And then when Full Moon did their Valentine's sale, I got the Blu-ray box set and upgraded all of them. So.
And Piz, I have to give a shout out to you because I think you posted about this because I went off. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. That Rad is coming out in 4K. So I was like, I need a Rad and a Thrashin double feature disc, but they're not giving me that. So what I did was I picked up probably something I shouldn't but you know, Lauren's doing Children of the Corn and Jay's doing Puppet Master. So I picked up the last 3 of the official Amityville films, which is like 4 through 6 or 4 through 7 or whatever. They're doing a full Blu-ray set of only the latter half.
What the hell is wrong with us?
I don't know.
Seriously.
Well, I mean, I'm super stoked that Rad is coming. I knew Rad was coming out on Blu-ray, but I didn't know about the 4K.
Yeah.
We're about to live in a world where Citizen Kane is not available in 4K.
Who gives a damn about Citizen Kane? Really? Who cares? Who cares about Citizen Kane?
I can't wait. I can't wait to turn on my YouTube. I can't wait to turn on my YouTube subscriptions and see Piz going. Today I'm talking about Rad and 4K. The featurettes include. Pulls out the notepad.
When does Gleaming the Cube come out?
Oh, hopefully that one's. Yeah, listen, Vinegar Syndrome is just. I mean, God bless Vinegar Syndrome. They're just gonna, take these out there movies and give them 4K transfers, and I mean.
I have a feeling
awesome.
Cuffs will get a Shout Factory Blu-ray before Gleaming the Cube does.
Oh, okay.
You have to assume at this point that Vinegar Syndrome are just washing drug money. Because there's no way these titles are actually paying out what these restorations are costing.
You'd be surprised. I mean, Rad has got a huge fan base,
and especially with the whole Lori Lala controversy going on, they can milk that.
I don't know, guys. I think that's very hopeful. I think physical media is like unbelievably depressed in sales. I mean, not even beyond obviously the last few weeks for obvious reasons, but I don't know. Dude, I don't know. But you know what? I'm thankful they're out there restoring these films. I just don't know where they're making money on it.
They're making money somehow.
It's a rare breed that'll spend this kind of money on these movies. It really is.
But Rad was not as expensive as I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to be like a $70 thing. It was like, it wasn't. It was like $29 or something. It was not much at all.
Yeah.
That's a lot of rolls of toilet paper, man.
You can't even get toilet paper in California.
I can. I'm not going to ship it to you.
No, it's actually we're not doing this, but it is easier to find baby wipes than it is to find toilet paper. So people may have to resort to extremes.
Well, you have palm trees, right?
Well,
not where I live.
Well, Lauren, how's the Children of the Corn marathon going?
So I think I've discussed with you guys, like, my approach to this is because this is not being done out of a deep necessity in my soul to revisit what little of this series I'd seen before. This is being done purely because I was requested to, and I'm stupid enough to follow that lead. So I've been watching every film as far as I can get to in it, and some of them I get decent before I have to turn it off. Some not so much. There's been only one that I've gotten all the way through to the conclusion of at this point. I did not watch the original again, basically because I think the last time I watched the original, it didn't really hold up as much as I like that movie. So I just don't want to ever go back to it because I just don't want to follow it any further. But I'm really getting frightened because I've taken a hiatus from that project because my understanding is the last 3 films are like really, really difficult to get through. And I've been struggling already. So
which one are you up to?
I don't even know. It's just I leave the disc out that I'm up to because there's 2 on each, and it's just I put that disc in and push play, and then try to look at the screen and not watch the clock or the wall.
My question to you, Lauren, is how is Naomi Watts in part 4? Does she? I mean, is she good trying to do what she can with the material,
No.
or is she's bad in it?
No, because it's not a matter of direction even. It's just a matter of the material is just at a level. There's no overcoming that. It's kind of like when you see old commercial work, advertising work by actors who are now kind of famous, and you look back and go, how are they so wooden or so horrible? And you're like, it was an ad, it was a commercial. There's no way to be good. But I mean, I will be proud of myself when I complete the series, although I still will not have seen all the films because I am just turning off at a certain point. There was one, again, I was so shocked that I got through one of them in its entirety. And another one I got pretty close to through. You have to wait for the video to find out what those were, but here's the thing. On the other side of it is when I get really too disgusted, I've been exploring a director from Indonesia's work named Rocky, and his whole thing is he's ripping off the Conjuring universe, but making better movies than the ones he's ripping off. And so I'm going to do a video on him too, but it's just kind of fascinating that one series is like just run itself not just into the ground, but it's come out the other side of the planet. And then you have this guy who, if he had any opportunity to make a great film of his own without having to rip off an American film, would be like knocking it out of the park every time, but he can't get a break. So it's kind of a fascinating view of the world of filmmaking.
Are they all like that Spook House style?
Well, yeah, I mean, but that's most of Asian horror films at this point. But he's very specifically riffing off the Annabelle movies. And it's just funny because I like the second Annabelle film. I don't like the 2 on either side of it. But it's funny that this guy just has such better instincts with very similar material. And his whole thing is the first 2 acts are kind of exactly what you expect. And the third act goes like full Peter Jackson, full on gore, which is where we always wanted the Conjuring movies to go, and they never had the balls to. Mm-hmm. So, but and the best news about this, because I know I get complaints about this all the time, is when that video goes up, almost all of his films are available on Netflix right now. So it's not going to be any hard search. All have subs. They're all good subs. They won't be hard to find because I know people hate when I mention obscurities.
I do want to mention one thing because you brought up like Citizen Kane, and we were talking about VHS earlier. There are.
I can see where this is going.
Where's this going?
We're about 3 sentences away from you making a Friday the 13th Part 5 reference.
I don't know. I don't know how you drew that line, but there. I watched the documentary In Search of Darkness, and a very interesting point was brought up. There's so many movies from like the 1920s and 30s that are completely lost and gone, and they're just gone forever. Mm-hmm. The same thing will potentially happen with the movies from the 80s that never made the jump from VHS to DVD or Blu-ray or whatever. They're the potential of them making the jump to a streaming platform is not going to happen either. So those movies that never made the jump will eventually disappear entirely. So movies like, Summer Camp Nightmare, which I'm not a huge fan of that movie, but it's got a huge fan base. A movie like Psycho Cop that I love that just never made the jump. Movie like Fright Night 2, even though it made the jump to DVD, that's a long out of print DVD. You know what I mean?
Isn't that coming?
Not that I know of, no. Well, I mean, it's available on streaming services, so not Friday Night 2. But there's a lot of movies that never made the jump from VHS to DVD or Blu-ray, and the likelihood of them going to streaming is also very unlikely. So those movies could very well disappear also.
Yeah, I've been screaming about this forever. We are probably looking at another like huge film extinction if we're not careful here. Yeah. Because without physical media, what people don't realize is it's actually worse than you said. It's not just the 20s and 30s. The general rule is that 50% of the movies made before 1950 are lost. Half of it's gone. And the reason it's gone is because the distributors didn't feel that there was any value, so they made no attempt to, have additional copies of the films or to keep additional copies. In a lot of cases, they kept one source print. And then when the company went out of business, guess what happened to that print? It literally went to a landfill. So we're in that same mode now. The thing is, the traditional distributors that use the traditional models to survive, but haven't been making new films in many years, are going to end up dumping their titles, selling them, licensing them if they can. But something that's not going to be, something that's not going to advertise itself to Netflix. In other words, it's not going to be a valuable enough title for Netflix to bother with. Is going to be relegated to, at best, Amazon Prime as a VHS rip. And you guys have all rented VHS rips off of Amazon at this point, or another service. You're disappointed when it happens. So they're not going to survive, and they can't pay for the restoration. That's why, like we said with Vinegar Syndrome, doing such incredible work, they have to be losing money. But how long is that going to go on? And it can't be for every title. So you're right. I think we are looking at a huge extinction level event for a lot of these films.
I think what's happening is like some titles are not making back their money, but they're putting but then other titles are like overperforming, and so those offset. It's like the studio system where they hope their big hit Jurassic Park makes up for all the losses of their other films.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm sure the Spookies release sold a lot, and the Spookies release can make up for what they're not selling in the Candy Snatchers or something. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, yeah, I love Vinegar Syndrome. Anybody else see any good movies, bad movies, and different movies lately?
Saw VFW.
Oh, yeah. I've had a lot of people recommend that to me. How is it?
Just badass, man. So good.
Isn't it from the same guy that directed Hobo with a Shotgun?
No, but it's funny that I've just watched that this past week for the first time as well.
Okay.
Oh, really? What did you think of that?
Fucking amazing. It was so fun. I'd been putting it off for so long. I don't know why.
For some reason,
that was crazy.
That was made here, so I went to like the opening night of it. It was awesome.
I loved Hobo with a Shotgun.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking that's no. He did not do
Revenge. I can't think of his name either, but I know he did the Shorts Revenge, the Christmas horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he's done anything recently. I'm trying to think.
I watched an Elijah Wood movie, Come to Daddy.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, that was good too. I like Elijah Wood, man.
Is that a horror comedy? Or is it like a dark comedy?
I would say more of a dark comedy, not really a horror film.
Yeah.
Okay. When I first heard of it, I thought, it sounds like a horror comedy. I was kind of interested, and then I stopped paying attention.
So you guys buying these copies? Is that how you're watching all this stuff?
Yeah, I've just been ordering movies online.
They're delivering them, because out here it's like our Amazon orders out here are stopped. Any physical media. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just food and essentials.
Wow. See, I actually bought a Blu-ray from Deep Discount for the first time in years, and it was delivered. It was delivered like that, man. It was delivered like that.
Are you guys watching these Dark Side of the Rings?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Well, that's the guy that's directing those is Jason Eisner, the guy that did Hope with a Shotgun.
I knew his name sounded familiar when I saw it in the credits.
That is amazing.
I'm trying to remember what he did recently. The only thing I think of was VHS 2. He did a thing on that, but apparently he's doing an underwater movie. But yeah, he did Dark Side of the Ring.
I took a deep dive on those last week. Man, those are awesome.
Those are all real. Like I've been saying, whether you're a wrestling fan or not, those documentaries are so freaking good, man.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Jeez.
Seeing Bart Gunn for the first time since I was a kid, I don't know if anybody knows who that is, was amazing.
I saw that.
I never thought I would see Bart Gunn on TV ever again.
The Murder of Bruiser Brody was a really good one. The death of Gino Hernandez was a really good one too.
Yeah. New Jack was my favorite episode I've ever seen.
The New Jack one was really good too.
Bitch is crazy.
Yeah, that one was really good. I'm really looking forward to the Owen Hart one.
Dude, they got Martha. I mean, I can't believe they got Martha to be on TV for this. I haven't seen her in years, ever.
And again, I mean that 2-part Chris Benoit one is so good. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Mike, I think you were about to jump in. Have you seen anything?
I've seen a couple of things. I've just been using Amazon Prime to watch some stuff lately. One thing was like an anime movie from '99. I think it's pronounced Jinro, the Wolf Brigade. JIN-ROH.
It sounds familiar. I don't think I've seen it. I've heard of it.
That was I don't know. The animation was really great. It was really dark, and it's about the reformation of Japan after World War II in a like alternate universe where you have like the civilians, which are basically fighting for their lives as the police and the government fight for control of the country. So you have these renegades, these band of rebels that are of course called terrorists, and then you have the local police municipalities fighting for control of their little areas over the stormtrooper, shock troopers, the special wolf brigade of the federal government, and all these people caught in the middle, and there's like double crosses, and there's like no heroes. It's like just dark, and I really enjoyed it. That was a really good watch. And I checked out a movie that came out last year that I wanted to see, and that was Joker. And it's one of those movies that I don't know. It kind of reminded me of like watching The Witch, where while I was watching it, I really didn't know if I liked it. As I was going through it. Because the first part of it, I couldn't tell. It's like, maybe this is being a little too artsy or maybe a little too pretentious. It kind of crossed the line a couple of times with just the way it was put together. But then as it went along, by the time it got to the end, I loved it. And it's going to be one of those ones that sticks in my brain for a very long time. And I really thought it was great. And I would have to say it, of the ones I saw, which weren't very many, it was definitely the best movie made in 2019 that I saw. I would definitely, now that to me is like an Oscar-winning film. If I don't even know if they're going to have the Oscars. If they had, I don't even pay attention to that crap anymore. But if I were voting for movies, that would have been up for Best Picture, definitely.
It was up for Best Picture. It was up for Best Director. Joaquin Phoenix won Best Actor.
Yeah, he did a great job. I mean, so well deserved. And I liked how, it was very uncomic bookish, but then toward the end, it kind of took the turn. We got to see Bruce's parents get killed again. Like we haven't seen that enough, but the context in which it happened, I thought was really appropriate for the flick, and I want to see more DC movies like that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get me back into watching comic book movies, start producing some more shit like that, and you'll have me back.
Apparently, when they were shooting the film, I don't know if they shot it or not, but I guess in the script, the original plan was to have the whole family get killed, including Bruce Wayne. So like they were going to eliminate the whole Batman mythos altogether.
Wow. that might have. I can see that not landing with a lot of people. But
yeah, that's one.
I don't know. It was at the very end of the movie, so you might get away with it.
They should get Ryan Johnson to direct that.
Oh Jesus.
No, Joker was great.
I don't know.
I really like Joker. I still think about Joker sometimes.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to this new Gotham comic book series that they've got coming out. Bruce Wayne is in high school. He's now Chinese. He's involved. This is not a joke. He's involved. He's involved in a love triangle with the Joker and his girlfriend. They're in a love triangle. It's the young Joker. Alfred is gay.
Where's my card that says I laugh involuntarily?
And shockingly, some people aren't excited about it. I don't understand why. Police Commissioner Gordon is now Principal Gordon, and it's a female. It's a woman of color.
I'm sorry. The last time I heard something that amusing was when Gary Sharon was singing for Van Halen.
Oh really? God, yeah. But shockingly enough, a lot of people don't seem to be excited about it. I don't get it. But
I'm not.
It's going to be like a YA kind of book for teenagers and stuff like that. That's what they're shooting for. It's kind of like I don't know what. When I first saw it, I thought you were joking. And then I looked
Stop
it
it.
up.
Why? Put a question mark behind it,
Yeah.
and that's all you need.
There
Why?
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nothing-
Yeah, it's a weird book.
But like Marvel has a superheroes coming out too, and like one of them's named Snowflake. And, like,
Snowflake.
Still that whole thing boggles my mind because like I think I said on the last show is like I don't know who that's representing. Like that just feels like a slap in the face to anybody.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like that. I just
Well, what even
like I can't imagine being non-binary or whatever and thinking that was like there's my representation
Yeah.
in a book. You know what I mean? Like
safe space.
yeah, like the whole thing. Like as soon as I saw it, I was like, I feel like this is good. Like people are gonna burn down Marvel. Like they're gonna be angry.
Whenever I hear stuff like that, I just keep hearing Robert Downey Jr.'s voice in my head from Tropic Thunder when he says, "You never go full retard."
Mhm.
What even the LGBT community is not like, they're like, this is insulting.
That's what I was thinking. Like this has to be insulting. Like it's
Anybody that has an IQ that's larger than their shoe size should be insulted by that.
yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Look, guys, the comic book industry is done.
It's dead. It's dead. Yeah.
It's losing money already. It has been for years. They only make money off of the residuals that come back from toys and movies. So this is like their last stand. Everyone who wanted to take it and do their own little pet project with it and say their little piece is getting their last chance as the doors closing. But it's over. It's over. Comic books as we know them will be done.
Yeah.
This is a nail in the coffin right here. This COVID deal.
I also have a hot take of I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going to go down too because I think for a lot of people, Endgame kind of concludes it. So it's like to go further would be like an epilogue to an epilogue, So I think just in people's minds, I think Endgame gave them the closure they wanted, and now they can just move on to other things.
And I think that they like I know, and I'm all for a little break in superhero movies, but they've left too much of a gap. I think like they're gonna have this Black Widow movie come out, and people, like you said, people are gonna be like, I thought this was over, like, and they're gonna try like it's kind of like they're taking a movie that somehow fits in before Endgame, and they're gonna try. I think it's just gonna confuse people, and they're gonna wait too long. I think that's gonna go straight to Disney Plus or something, isn't it? Or is that happening yet?
Well, that's what I heard. Okay.
Well,
It's gone theatrical.
They don't want to,
Okay.
but the problem is the Marvel universe is so intertwined that if it doesn't come out, it can't come out after the other ones if they reference something, So
Yeah. So I think they've kind of sat on it too long. I don't even know if they know where they're going. Maybe they do. They've got
I
all
think
these
they
movies
announced the
plotted,
date.
but yeah,
I think they've announced a date. I think it's November, at the end of November.
yeah. It's just I don't know. I think they sat on it a
They'll
little
just push
too long.
everything else. They'll just push everything else back.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't care.
They don't give a shit. I think they can't not do theatrical for those movies because they need to make that money back. I mean, what the hell are they going to do? They need you to go in and see it in IMAX twice or something like that. Like
They have to honor the contracts. That's what it comes down to. The ones that were caught right in the crosshairs of the theaters taking a bath anyway, there was kind of an exemption, whereas none of the exhibitors were going to sue them over those films. But with something like this that they can do something about, this isn't a small deal. They can't just do whatever they want. There's other companies involved.
Somebody, I know you started a letterbox recently, to totally sidetrack us here, but I know you started a letterbox, Lauren, recently. I don't know how many people recommend or say, hey, you should start a letterbox. What exactly is letterbox?
It's really just a way for you to put out the films, to make a list of the films that you've seen that's visually interesting, and then you can review them. You can do a star system so that you can let other people with similar interests see what you liked. So it's very much what you want to make of it. If you just wanted to use it to organize your collection of movies, you could do that. If you wanted to do it to keep track of what you've liked, you could do that. I'm also using it to link to the YouTube account so that if you read one of my 3-line reviews of something I've seen, I have a link at the end of it that leads you to the full video review. So it's all kind of intertwined. I've only been experimenting with it today. It was kind of fun, more fun than I thought it would be.
It's cool, man.
I
It's
have
a lot of fun.
I think I have 2 people following me. It's exciting. So all of you out there should change that. But
It's like social media for cinephiles.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used it years ago. I haven't used it forever. I thought about going in, wiping out all my movies, and just whenever I watch a movie, just type a quick review and then start from scratch because I don't even know what I've written.
I mean, the cool thing is your review doesn't have to be, it could be 5 letters if you want it to be,
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about it. It's no restrictions.
Okay, cool.
I think that the other really cool thing about it is that it's very comprehensive. So, for instance, if you're into foreign cinema and you wanted to review those films, they're already there. When you search for the film, it will come up. And what I've discovered is, and whenever it's possible, it also, as a sidebar, shows you where those films are available to purchase or stream, which is a great feature. So that if my plan is that when I review something, I can backtrack people to that, so that if they want to see it, they'll have an avenue to do so without me having to answer an email saying, let me find out, and doing the Google search for them. Because I'm lazy.
I think they're lazy.
That's what I was insinuating, yeah.
Okay.
But no, I think it's cool. But no, you know what? I'm trying to be kind of an activist for people looking outside the box and not just with rewatching the 80s stuff that we've all watched a million times, or just whatever gets vomited onto current screens. Or whatever Netflix or Prime is screaming at you to watch. So if I'm going to be an activist for 2 people to try and get them to go off the beaten path, I have to do as much as I can to help them get there if I want to be successful with it. So I'm thinking this is going to be a good avenue for that. We'll see. If in a month I have 10 followers, then clearly it's not working. But we'll find out.
Well, Stingray, have you seen any good, bad, or indifferent movies lately?
Let me defer to my diary on Letterboxd. Not particularly anything that great. I watched the Benoit documentary we talked about. Watched Tiger King. Have we talked about that on here
yet? We haven't, no.
Oh, man.
Carol Baskin.
That's where it's at.
That was a really good... Do that again. That was a really good impression.
Carol Baskin. that woman, she's just obsessed with me. All right.
I watched that too. That was one of the. I don't know what I still don't know what I watched. There's another episode coming out April 12th.
It's about Florida, isn't it? Or at least people living in Florida.
Well,
so
Carol Baskin, that bitch Carol Baskin's in Florida.
Yeah.
They've relocated to Oklahoma, Mike.
Yeah.
They'll always be from Florida, though.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's in your blood. Wherever you go, it never comes out.
A gay guy with a mullet, big cats, methamphetamines, murders, suicide.
Oh, you cool cats and kittens.
I keep saying I'm going to dive into it real soon. I've got to. Our buddy Steak Sauce is in the chat. What's up, Steak Sauce? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Sebian Siegel is in the chat also. How you doing? Captain Halloween, hello. The cat has made...
Somebody asked for the cat in chat.
There you go. There's the cat.
He's been here hanging out.
Let's see. Anybody else see anything good, bad, or indifferent recently? No. I did watch...
We watched Turtles just because it was the 30th anniversary.
That's right. Yes.
Oh, yes.
I watched Underwater the other night. It's a really strange movie because it's the kind of movie that literally right out the gate, it's like there's like no time wasted to get right to the action. And maybe it's because it's Kristen Stewart. Even though it's like action, it never seems to rise above like a 6 out of 10 on the excitement scale. And I think that might be because of Kristen Stewart, maybe, I don't know, but it's I don't know. It's like the quintessential. It was okay movie. You know what I mean? Just kind of middle of the road. It was all right, kind of.
It's
deal.
like The Abyss took a couple of Xanax.
Yes.
Well, it's like Deep Star 6. I decided to be just a like road movie. But yeah, isn't it weird how that film is impossible to completely get behind?
Impossible to get behind. And I kept thinking about it, like, why is this not better? Because I mean, basically, it's trying to be kind of like Alien underwater, but I think it too much of it takes place underwater. So I mean, really, all you're watching is like people in like these spacesuits walking around, like inside this blacked out set. Then they're just kind of walking around in this blacked out set, and occasionally there's some CGI, like, you know, I don't know. It just looked very, I don't know. It's not.
I wanted to like it. That's like my favorite type of film, like monster movies like that. But I wasn't. Didn't care for it.
Yeah, and
really flat.
And what was that? Not to be spoilers, but was that Cthulhu at the end? and if that was Cthulhu, what a waste of Cthulhu. You know what I mean? Oh, I don't know. It's like the textbook, very middle of the road, just meh. It's all right kind of movie.
I wonder if it's because it's all CGI all the time, whether that just puts a distance between the viewer and what's going on.
Yeah,
because there's not a practical set in that movie. Everything was touched up at the very least. Maybe the bathroom in the very beginning was real.
Yeah, maybe the bathroom. Yeah. But and then I found out that movie was shelved for like 3 years or something, and I was like, okay, yeah. But in that 3 years, couldn't they have spiced it up somehow? Yeah, I don't know. You know.
I want to watch it, but it's still like they're still treating it like it's theatrical. Like, you know how you can rent theatrical movies. They're still charging $20 for it up here. It's driving me nuts. I'm not paying $20 for it. I've not heard enough of a week.
That's the Canadian surcharge.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, not worth $20.
No, yeah.
$5 maybe if you're really bored.
Yeah, like I was thinking you would hit just a regular price rental on whatever on demand, but it's still they're still holding on to that $20. I'm like, this is way past theatrical at this point, guys. You can just drop that price whenever you want.
Yeah, just drop that sucker.
Yeah.
Now, Piz, I find it really odd that back in January when that came out, how all of the mainstream horror press websites were trumpeting it as the modern classic underwater monster movie. Like, there was so much positive press around this movie that I felt when I saw it, I was like, I don't think I'm right about that. Then Jay spoke up and was like, I didn't. I'm like, oh, good. It's not just me.
You know what? Yeah, I noticed that like it was championed in a huge way by like the horror sites and stuff like that. And then the other day I was reading a review on The Hunt, and they were talking about how it was just this mediocre bland movie. And I thought of Biz. I was like, at the time I wasn't thinking about underwater, I guess, but I was like, it's almost like he's polar opposite to these people. Like, do you know what I mean? Like you said The Hunt was good, and I kept hearing that underwater was bad. But if you read these sites, it's like underwater was the second coming of sci-fi action flicks or something.
Again with underwater, I stand firm. The reason why people are not underwater, the reason why people don't like The Hunt is because it didn't take their political side. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. What
is the political side? Which way?
Well, clearly we're talking about these, far left. Yeah.
But it attacks the far right as well. I mean, it's really a movie about being on the far anything.
But that's not good enough. That's not good enough. And let's be honest about why. I mean, look, these websites are dying too. Website ad revenue is nothing. So, I mean, let's be honest. They're being paid to promote these movies. I mean, let's just be honest. They're being paid to promote these movies. It's called access journalism. I mean, let's be serious here. And unfortunately, that's a thing. And that's why a lot of these websites are hidden behind paywalls. They don't even want you to look at their website unless you pay to look. You know what I mean? But not to get off on a tangent, but that's the only reason somebody could promote and champion that movie is if they're getting paid. The only way somebody's going to promote and champion those freaking Victor Crowley movies is if they're getting paid, or it's their best friend who did it. Same thing with that Blair Witch movie.
Oh my God, that Blair Witch movie was out of control. I walked into that movie really thinking it was going to be good.
Yeah.
I believed it.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, I saw the documentary In Search of Darkness, and I enjoyed it. I don't know if that's gonna. They recently had it up for sale, at a less expensive cost than it was originally. Like you had to, I think you had to back the Kickstarter for like $60 or something before you could get it.
Yeah.
And then I think
And
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say they still have, like, now if you go to the site it says like it's out of stock, but it says like, sign up and we'll let you know when you can get it again later, and it's got an $80 price tag on it in Canada.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I didn't. I was like, I'm just gonna hope that this hits some kind of a streaming service at some point, because I mean I would love to have it. It's 4 hours plus of sounds like pretty cool content, but
Is it a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo?
It was a Kickstarter, I think.
Because I'm pulling up both here.
You learn anything from that documentary, or is it the same old, same old?
It was, well, for the most part. I mean, no, you're not going to learn anything new from this documentary. I was kind of hoping they would do some more deep dives. I mean, they did cover some of the, second and third tier slashers and horror flicks of the early 80s. They touched on The Burning and Sleepaway Camp and, movies like that. But there were other movies that, they really probably should have touched on. But they kind of hit on the big ones. And then toward the end of it, when they got to the latter part of the 80s, there just wasn't a whole lot to say. You know what I mean? It's like, and like the big, Larry Cohen and John Carpenter, they've got nothing to say about Halloween 4 or Pumpkinhead. You know what I mean? So you got like a little minute snippet of Pumpkinhead where, Darcy the Mail Girl talks about it for like 2 seconds, and then we move on.
I heard some complaints. I saw comments on your video. I don't want to say who it was because I don't remember, but like I saw some people saying like some of the people that they got to actually comment on this documentary, it's like, why are you on this? What did you do? Oh, you're a YouTuber. Why are you on here? Like they were mad about some of the people that are actually, on the documentary. Like they have no credentials, so to speak. Was that a case?
No. AVGN is on there. James Rolfe is on there.
Right. I heard the Dead Meat guy was on there, and
the Dead Meat guy's on there, and
Good Bad Flicks.
Good Bad Flicks, yeah, he's on there. Cecil, yep, he's on there. And I really like Good Bad Flicks. I really like his channel.
That's a great channel.
Great channel, yeah. I don't follow the Dead Meat channel. I don't really know the guy. He was a little annoying, I will say. He kind of puts on this, it's like he was playing a character the whole time, and he was doing like his radio voice, and it just got it got old really quick with him.
It's kind of probably what he does on his channel. He's just very radio voice.
But yeah, it wasn't I don't know. It was just kind of, it was like he was playing a character and not even a real person. So I don't know. But overall, I did enjoy it. But no, I mean, you're not really going to learn anything. It's just a celebration of 80s horror.
You see, Larry Cohen was on there.
Larry Cohen's on there. Stuart Gordon's on there.
They must have been working on this for some time. Then
they have been working on it for some time. I think they raised like, I want to say like 6 figures.
Wow.
Yeah. They've got John Carpenter on there. They've got Larry Cohen, Stuart Gordon. They've got
they got John Carpenter on there. That's where 5 of the figures went.
That's where 5 went.
Is he salty?
No. I mean, they caught him in a good mood.
I'm not watching it then.
He talked about he talks about The Fog. He talks about The Thing. He talks about I think briefly about Christine. A little bit about Halloween 2, if I recall correctly, and Halloween 3. So, I mean, he's mostly in the first section of the documentary, and then he just kind of disappears toward the end because he's got nothing to say about, dolls. You know what I mean? He's not going to, Anyway.
It seems like something I'd like to watch, but it just seems like they're just retreading stuff that we've already seen before, and
it doesn't sound like things I haven't heard before. Yeah, just in a different package.
It's not really things you've not heard before, to be honest.
It's feel good television.
It's feel good. It's a celebration, is what it really is. It's a celebration. You're not going to learn anything by it, but I mean, you're going to be, it's a fun time, cool. and it did not feel like 4.5 hours. It did get a little tiresome toward the end. Again, a little too much dead meat, but you know, it was still enjoyable.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think he's doing 80s sci-fi next.
Yes.
But I don't think that's going to be a Kickstarter. Somebody must have backed that. Like, it must have some money. At least I haven't seen anything for it yet. I don't know if I'm wrong about that, but I think it's like In Search of Tomorrow, something like that.
I also saw a really good revenge movie I'd never heard of called Dead Man's Shoes. If you guys have not seen Dead Man's Shoes, I highly freaking recommend it. So good. So good. Patty Considine. I forget the director's name, but he's kind of known. He's done a bunch of movies.
Is it like an Irish film?
Yeah. Came out in 2004. Shane Meadows directed it. Or no, it came out in 2006 in the U.S. It was made in 2004. But really good movie. I was really, really impressed by it. I also saw Alone in the Dark for the very first time. I'd never seen that movie until just the other day. And I enjoyed it.
The Christian Slater film?
Yes, loved it. Yeah,
No.
Uwe Boll. Yeah, Uwe Boll. Yeah, it was great.
Is there any other one? I mean, that's like the only one we're watching, right?
Oh, you're talking about the
Yeah,
80s.
yeah, with Donald
The
Pleasance.
one with the axe on the poster.
Yes. Donald.
That's some awesome poster art.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's an awesome film.
Donald Pleasance, Jack Palance, Martin Landau.
Yeah.
The dude that played Murdoch on A-Team. Who else is in there?
The most sexualized knife through the bed scene ever.
Very, very much so. Yes, very, very much so. I loved Martin Landau in that movie. God, he is just so off his rocker, and Donald Pleasance is the antithesis of Dr. Loomis in that movie. He's like he's like smoking dope in his office and hugging everybody, and got a very unorthodox approach to therapy. But I really enjoyed it. I kind of kicked myself for letting that one slide under my radar. Well, I've known of the movie, of course. I just never took the time to sit down and watch it. But great flick, absolutely. But that's pretty much it for me. I've seen some other things, but no need to go into detail. A lot of stuff I've reviewed on my channel recently since I've had some time on my hands. So.
Oh, the Angel movies. Yeah.
The Angel movies. Yes, I've not seen the final chapter yet, but
Not the final chapter. Yet.
not seen the final chapter yet.
And better than the second.
Oh, thank God. Not
a lot, but it's better than the second.
And I saw Fortress, which was the movie that had haunted me for years. I didn't know the name of it. I just had these very vague memories of it. And some people in a recent live chat was like, dude, that's Fortress. So I tracked down a DVD and I watched it, and it was definitely Fortress. And of course, it didn't scare me, but it still got some, it's got some interesting moments. And
that was the one with Rachel Ward. From Australia.
Yes, exactly.
I remember I was watching your live stream, and I remember it was like, man, they used to show that back in the day on like Showtime or HBO.
HBO.
Yeah, I must have seen it about 3 or 4 times back then. I've always liked it. I never bought a copy of it. I don't know why, but I really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's Lambert. Is he in that?
No, that's
Fortress.
That's a different Fortress. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a different Fortress.
That was a made-for-TV movie, isn't it?
Yeah, it was made for HBO. Australian outback. A teacher and her entire class are taken hostage by these masked gunmen, and it gets very Lord of the Flies toward the end, which I enjoyed. So, but yeah, I dug it, and I was able to finally close. I was able to, like I said in the video, expunge the trauma that movie inflicted on me, 30 something years ago. So, but,
yeah, that's a good feeling.
It's got Vernon Wells from Commando.
It's
Bennett from
Yes, Bennett. Yes.
Let off some steam, Bennett.
I was just gonna say the same thing.
Let off some steam, Bennett.
That guy.
Until Commando, he was the Mohawk guy from Road Warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
I think that's the Chris Lambert Fortress, isn't it? That's the.
DJ Boy says I need to check out a film called Daddy's Little Girl. That sounds dirty. Is this
not on Pornhub, is it? Come on, man.
just
Hand check.
Just send me the Pornhub link, dude.
Yeah.
Alone in the Dark is also available on YouTube for free. Yeah, that's where I saw it, Steak Sauce. It's a really good. Whoever uploaded it, I mean, they must have uploaded like the DVD of it because it's in really good condition. But yeah, and Al from Russia is who recommended it for me. So thank you, Al. Appreciate that, man. So what else has been going on, guys? What do we want to talk about tonight? We've got no topics. We're just going to shoot the bull here. If you guys out in the chat want to ask us any questions or want to know our opinions on anything, post those questions in the chat.
What do you think October is going to look like for movies? It seems like there's some horror movies that are trying to slot themselves in that time space now, September, October, to get on the other side of it. Like, I think we're going to have Halloween Kills and
Saw,
Spiral,
Saw's
and a few others like landing kind of in the same space. Like, is it going to be the ultimate Halloween horror movie season if theaters even bounce back enough, or is it just going to be like they're going to go straight to streaming? No one's going to go to the theaters anyway.
If all of this is past us in by October, I mean, it could be a really good time or it could be a really bad time for those movies. Because, I mean, I'm sure probably Halloween Kills is thinking, well, damn, October was our month. That was our month. Now we've got to share it, which means we're going to be sharing profits. We're going to be blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So that Halloween Kills may take a hit, but some of these other movies may do better than
they may get a bit of a boost.
Get a bit of a bump.
I think I saw that Fangoria movie that's coming out, Porno. They're doing like an interesting thing where they're you can rent it on Vimeo, I think, and they're donating. You can pick what theater you want, what theater chain you want, and they're giving some of the proceeds, like some of the costs of the movie, to the theater chain. Something that's like kind of a different release kind of concept, I guess, to keep the theaters alive idea. But I mean, it's a Fangoria releases, so it's not like a big one, but it's kind of an interesting idea. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Can we go back just a second?
Yeah.
So, as far as this October, what's going to happen? The problem we're having is that these summer releases are all getting time shifted into fall. And we're talking about major motion pictures. And if the schedule fills up with tentpole picks, I'm not sure that these horror films will even come out in October. They might get pushed into the new year where it's a safer time to release. For something like Saw, Spiral, that's not really an issue. For Halloween Kills, it's a big issue. So if it gets pushed out of its time slot, I fully expect it to be a early summer release or being pushed into the next October, which might actually be better for the film.
Saw movies come out in October though, or wasn't it like if it's October?
Except for didn't the last one come out earlier than that? But I think
you're right.
Else did. But there just might not be room. I mean, you don't want to compete with films of a certain caliber, and all of the summer movies, it could end up bumping them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It all depends on how long this thing goes.
Yeah. And how many screens are left. I wonder about that all the time. I have a very small theater here. I keep wondering, it's owned by a big company, so I hope it'll still be there.
And there's always a chance that it goes and then comes back. And if it comes back like they're expecting around September, October, that could really mess everything up.
Yeah. Because again, it's not like they can just do whatever they want with them. These films are signed for distribution agreements really early, usually almost a year before the show dates, because it's that tight with the exhibitors. So this all has to be figured out. But if something was going to get a theatrical release, unless it was in the last couple weeks, it is getting one. It's just a matter of when. It's a scary time.
Yeah. Big time.
Indeed. Let's see. We did have Jack Whittaker wants to know, what video games have you all been playing? Lauren, what video games you been playing, man?
Solitaire.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then there's the
Solid
bubble
game.
shooter game. That's pretty much a standard.
Okay.
When I get stuck writing, I go to the bubble shooting game, get frustrated, and then I come back.
So you're playing. Well, I mean, that's cool. You're playing lots of games. I didn't know you were that much of a gamer.
That's pretty much it.
Wow.
Ever.
Wow. I recently returned to playing Mortal Kombat 11 after several months off from that game, and oh my god, people trapped inside on this quarantine have gotten so angry. I cannot tell you. I was threatened to be DDoSed twice. I was called every name in the book, including racial slurs, which I don't think I sound like a white guy, don't I? I don't know. But this one guy was just calling me a racial slur the whole time. So yeah, I was like, man, people are really angry at home during this quarantine. But it was interesting.
You're talking about the pit of humanity anyway, and then you put them in a shitty situation. When you talk about people playing online games, and like I've heard some disturbing shit too, coming out of the mouths of like little kids.
I've not heard anything on Call of Duty. I have played a little bit of Call of Duty, but I jumped on Mortal Kombat 11 for the first time in months, and literally it was the very first guy. And I mean, I beat him, and he was just, I'm going to DDoS you, you effing N-word. And I was like, dude, I said, do I sound like a person of color? Yeah. It's just like, I'm going to DDoS you, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get your IP address. And I was like, dude, calm down. Jesus.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
But yeah, funny stuff. Gibbs is in the chat. Gibbs, hop on, man. Did I not? I sent you the link, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I sent you the link. Maybe I didn't. I always forget Gibbs because he's the new sex symbol, and I
was gonna say he outshines all of us, so it's difficult to put on here.
Yeah, I sent him the link. He must not. Yeah.
Come on, Gibbs, get with it, man.
Get with the program, Gibbs. Jeez.
Come on.
We need you in here talking about retro
They're asking
gaming.
video game questions. God damn it.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's been Mortal Kombat 11, a little bit of Call of Duty. Let's see, what else was I playing recently? Played the Predator demo.
I want to play that. They didn't have it in Canada. It pissed me off.
That's weird. I wonder why they didn't do it.
Super annoying. I think it's just because Epic has some kind of licensing or something like that. Because I think it was through Epic, wasn't it? Epic Game Store.
I don't remember. Did you play it? Did you play it, Stingray?
I intended to, but I did not.
Okay.
What did you think?
I only played the tutorial with Predator because I kept seeing all these notices about, players are experiencing extended wait times for matchmaking. And I was like, let me just try this demo. So I tried the demo a few times, and playing as Predator, I don't know. It could be a fun game, but much like Friday the 13th, it could be extremely frustrating, it seems like, too. So I don't know. $40 price tag, I might pick it up. I don't know.
It's all online, right? It's all like multiplayer online.
Yeah,
it's the only way to play it. It's the same as Friday the 13th, right?
Yeah.
Well, they added the single player stuff to Friday the 13th. They may do that with this one at some point too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one I got called the N-word a lot on too.
Oh God.
I think Resident Evil has a version of it out now that I haven't tried it. Resident Evil Resistance, something like that. I didn't pick up 3 yet because I'm still playing Resident Evil 2 remake, but I'll pick up 3 eventually, and I think it comes with it.
Okay.
Or he made me able to download it for free or something like that, but I haven't heard good things. I heard there's a lot of problems with that one too. It seems like these games are like Friday the 13th came out, there were so many problems, and at the time it's like, oh, it's shitty development. Now it's starting to feel like it's that type of game. It's like they can't quite work out the kinks on them or something.
Yeah. Gibbs says he's been working on a week-long honeydew list. Attaboy.
I didn't know he was a beekeeper.
He is. He's what's it called where you're a beekeeper? I forget. Anyway.
Oh God, Apier.
Yes. An
Yeah.
apiarist. Yes.
Yeah.
That's funny. Gibbs, retro gamer and part-time apiarist. I like
Yes.
that. But what about you, Stingray? Are you playing anything these days?
Still just Gears of War 5.
Oh, Gears. Okay. And that's Xbox exclusive, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like level 600 something.
Okay. And is that multiplayer?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I never played any of the Gears games.
It's a really odd, the duck and cover third person shooter.
Yeah.
It's kind of unique in that regard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's a lot of fun doing the horde mode.
See, that's kind of what I didn't like about the Resident Evil games was it was the third person over the shoulder kind of thing, and I don't know. I'm so used to the first person shooters that it just sort of, I don't know. It takes me out of the game.
Yeah, there's some that I like. They're slowly releasing more and more characters. They just released Cole, my favorite character, last week. The Cole Train.
Mm-hmm.
It's an actual NFL player, I think, does the voice, but it's this huge black guy, and he says a bunch of funny shit. So that's cool. They've managed to take like another like $10 out of my pocket with that.
It's funny. Oh goodness. Anybody else gaming or Christian? Do you do any gaming? You're muted.
Mute.
Turn on your subtitles, Christian.
Unmute that Blue Yeti.
Is it must be on the device?
No, man, I mostly just play the classic NES game.
Keep talking, Jay.
It's like Louisiana just lost all audio.
Yeah. Do you have a button on your laptop or something, like a mute button, or your computer?
There, he just muted
It's
himself.
muted on the. There he is.
Still can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is.
Damn, I don't know.
We'll get it figured out. Oh,
Just
there's
write it on a sheet of paper and hold it up.
there's Rambo Raff in the chat. What's up, Rambo? How you doing, buddy?
Oh,
Hey, Raph. You got to get him back on here someday. Seems to be able to stream.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me send Rambo the link here.
I started playing a little bit of I haven't played much of it yet, but I set it all up on the computer the day. I had to emulate it because I couldn't get a copy for a decent price. But the old Nintendo Nightmare on Elm Street game, which is such a weird game. Oh, there you go. You're back.
Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Don't know. But anyway, yeah, I was playing a little bit of the old Nightmare on Elm Street for the NES game, and it's the weirdest thing. I was watching one of Christian's videos, and he was talking about Nightmare on Elm Street, and I don't know why I connected the two, but I was like, damn, I haven't played that old NES game in a long time. So I went and I downloaded it and set it all up and stuff like that and started playing it. And it's of course one of those games that it's like, apparently the original version of the game was supposed to be you're actually supposed to play as Freddy. And they, like, at the last second, mysteriously it was scrapped and a new game was made. And the rumor is that Nintendo were like, you can't play as a killer killing kids. one of our games. So of course the game is like from the perspective of a teenager, and they're stuck in a nightmare, and there's there's snakes and shit attacking them, and it's very loosely based on a Nightmare on Elm Street. But the original one was supposed to be actually Freddy going around killing the kids. On Elm Street, you'd go from like dreamscape to dreamscape and do that sort of thing, and it looked like a pretty interesting game. And there's actually at the time, like, there were ads put out with images of the game, and then, like I said, it just mysteriously became another game when it actually was released. And there's really been it's one of those things that no one's ever talked about. I'm sure someone at Rare developed it. I'm sure that someone has a cool story to tell someday about what happened there. But right before it released, this whole other game was released. So yeah, the rumor is Nintendo was like, no, you're not doing that.
That's
but
so
of course, LJN published it, so it was right up there with Friday the 13th and Jaws and all those games and stuff like that.
I've beaten Jaws.
Jaws, once you know how to actually play the game, is actually enjoyable. The first time I played it, of course, I was a kid and I didn't know what was going on, right? Once you actually know how to play it, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's the kind of game that you can like speed run and.
Oh, you can finish it in like 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
You,
Same with Friday the 13th.
you can
if you
do
know
that
what
with
you're doing.
you can do that Friday the 13th too if you know what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Christian, do you play any video games?
Just on occasion. My wife plays the Switch a lot, but every now and again I'll play Mario Party with her. Or I'll play Friday the 13th on Switch or Xbox every now and again. But I get burnt out on games. I'll binge really hard for a couple weeks, and then I don't want to touch them. I'll play I got a MAME arcade machine. I've got all kinds of games on that. I'll fool around on that and play Street Fighter 2 or what have you, but not lately. I haven't been playing much games lately.
Did anybody buy one of those little arcade cabinets that you could get? What are those called?
I wanted to get that Turtles one so bad, and I go into Walmart every once in a while and they have it there, and I look at it and I think I just don't have a place. Like, I would set it up, and my kids would destroy it somewhere. So I was just I've held off on it. You can actually get little risers for them and everything now. So even though they're tiny, because they're very tiny if you've ever seen one set up, but you can get a riser that kind of lifts it up so it's a little taller. And the Turtles one actually has the 4 controllers, so you could have 4-player. And I don't know how many, but I don't think the Turtles one comes with. It might come with 2 games. A lot of the other ones actually come with a bunch of games. Like the Street Fighter one has like 4 or 5 Street Fighter games on it, so it's more bang for your buck. But
they had licensing issues with the music, so some of the soundtrack is different on the actual Turtles.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah. But I would love to have that. But at the same time, you could probably make your own little cabinet or something like that and get the original.
Yeah, well, that's what I got. I built my own. Yeah, I got it's a computer. Like the computer screen's mounted in there, and my brother. It took him a while, but he figured out how to, program all the buttons to, for a keyboard to match everything.
Okay.
And it's a Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, arcade machine, Atari 2600. I've got anything you want on the. It's called a MAME, multiple arcade machine emulator. So it's got anything. Yeah, it's got anything I want on it.
That's really cool.
Do you have it in a video or anything that I could check out, or?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Yeah.
I've recently thought about doing the same thing. My dad's friend, he's a woodworker.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can get the prints anywhere to get like the cutouts to make a cabinet. And I was like, maybe he would make that up for me, and I would like exactly what you said, install it on a computer and put it in there. It looks pretty cool.
You've shown that off before, haven't you, Christian?
I think I have. I did a video probably 4 months back, like showing off my game room, which I never, every now and again somebody will ask about it, and I'm just like, I don't know, why don't you show that off? I said, I don't know, I just don't talk about it much, I guess. But yeah, across the room right there is my game room, and I've got, I'm not like the obsoletionist, but I've got some crazy shit. Like I've got a Virtual Boy in the box, and all kinds of stuff like that. So maybe I'm like the obsoletionist. Maybe he may have more games than me.
You have a Virtual Boy in the box, you're up there.
I'm pretty fucking crazy. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
See,
like I've got the Atari 2600 Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the Atari 2600 Halloween and stuff. I got some crazy shit.
That's cool.
Nice.
See, I kind of wanted to get one of those cabinets too. The little ones of like Turtles in Time or Mortal Kombat 2, but I don't have any place to really set it up. And I was kind of curious about the emulation on those, if it's good or bad or whatever.
I played the Street Fighter one in the store, and it seemed fine. Like it seemed. Like I said, it surprised me how much smaller it was than I expected. Like, I don't know what I expected, but when you see it built, you're like kind of like, oh, you're kind of like the Turtles one. I have to imagine if you were trying to get everybody to play it, you'd be pretty close quarters.
See, I'm waiting for him to do like a Virtua Cop or a Terminator 2 one with like the toy gun. Like,
I'm right there with
want
those
that.
gun games.
I want that. That would be
when I went to the arcade, that's immediately. Like, and I played lots of classic games, and I still go to the arcade when I can. But that's the games that I was like obsessed with, Lethal Enforcers, and like that's what I would love to see too. The light gun game up, but the thing is, they use LCD screens, and it's a whole different ball game when you do it with those.
Yeah. Do you guys remember the Aerosmith shoot 'em up game?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And like the little
Revolution X.
Yeah, that's it. Like you could fire the CDs at people, and it would just obliterate them.
Yeah.
That was good stuff.
I remember going to the arcade and there was a huge lineup for that game. I don't know, it was just one of those oddities, right?
Yeah.
And then like a week later, no one played it. It was just hot for a minute because everyone wanted to try it out.
Like every once in a while, Steven Tyler would like hit a high note or something.
Yeah.
It was a bizarre concept, and even at the time, I remember at the time I remember playing it, and I remember turning to and looking at some kid, and I was like, "Why are they shooting laser discs?" I didn't know it was like CDs. I was like that in my mind. That's what they were shooting because I was like, it was the weirdest thing anyway.
Unrelated to video gaming, but there's an Aerosmith ride at Disney World, and it's really good. It's a really good ride. And like at the beginning of it, there's like this little you watch this little Aerosmith thing. They're like in the studio jamming, and at the end of it, like Steven Tyler waves at you goodbye, and he does one of these waves like this.
Oh damn!
And they took it out because he's doing this, and they're saying that that's a sexual thing.
Shocker.
So they had to like cut that out. But I mean, he's not like doing this. He's like waving, and it's just kind of it's like it's not intentional. But they're like, oh, we got to get rid of that.
Intentional now, Pizzo.
I guess they had to remove that part or cut it out or something. I don't remember.
Rock and roller coaster, right?
Yeah, something like that. It's really fun. But yeah, I just thought that was weird. Talking about Aerosmith, that reminded me of that.
That's so weird. He lightly hung one finger, and now
exactly.
Wipe the whole damn thing.
It's just a shocker.
Yeah, it's not Aerosmith anymore. It's fucking Winger.
Yeah, exactly. Have you got any?
I think you could pay Kip Winger to do that in person to everyone as they leave.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Can you imagine the Winger roller coaster?
She's only 17
every day.
He's still regretting that he ever left the Alice Cooper band. That's the issue.
Yeah.
The only thing better than that would be the Warrant roller coaster, where they throw cherry pie on you as you go by.
No, the worst ride would clearly be the Great White Ride, but that's a whole different issue.
Oh yeah. Let's not go that way. Mike, are you still into gaming a little bit?
No, not really. I haven't played for a while. Like my PS4 stopped working a couple of years ago, and then I had an Xbox for a while, and then it shit on me, and I was like, I don't really feel like going out and buying a whole new system and dealing with it. So
yeah.
Welcome to gaming.
I haven't really retired from gaming. I'm just not motivated enough to actually get another system and do it.
The new system will be out in the near future.
Once you start, once something leaves you stop making time for something, and that time gets used up in other areas.
Yeah,
it's really hard to go back.
Yeah, that's true. Rambo Raff's joined us. Rambo, what's up, man?
Can you guys hear me all right? I just want to make sure the audio is working fine.
Yeah,
okay, then cool.
What's up, man? How you been?
Just been lazy and busy, if that makes sense. Pretty much what everyone can do, take it day by day, and so just been busy, just doing my hobby, doing movie reviews and requests, just watching as many movies as I can a day. Just watch a Pauly Shore 2-parter today.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
No,
You need us to call someone.
Actually, well, Biodome was really bad. Okay, I'll say that. Biodome was bad. But I actually like Son-in-Law and In the Army Now. I'll admit. I like those two movies. For what they are, I think it's Pauly Shore dialed the right way, but Biodome was too much.
You know what? I haven't watched a Pauly Shore film since
Dude, I love Son-in-Law.
I was going to say, are you being held against your will, and are you speaking in code? Do you need help?
I never hated him growing up, but I liked Encino Man for what it is, as stupid as it is. It is a stupid idea, but I thought Sean Astin and Fraser were well for what... It's a silly movie. It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
In the Army Now, it's not Stripes. It's not going to be Stripes, but for what it is, I enjoyed it. For what it is. It's a silly family film. I can enjoy that. And it's better than fucking like Jack and Jill, Adam Sandler, or fucking... some of these other comedies today. Movie 43. You want to see a worse comedy? Watch movie 43, or don't.
I never hated Pauly Shore. I actually do like a couple of his early flicks. I did like Son-in-Law. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think the nadir of his career is Jury Duty. That's the lowest. That's the worst.
Yeah.
That one's unbearable. Unbearable.
Yes.
I don't think I've seen Jury Duty in its entirety. Now give me Son-in-Law, give me Encino Man, and I'm good.
I haven't watched one in years, but for some reason, and I can't speak to it because I don't even remember much about the movie. But I used to watch Biodome a lot. I have no idea why. I guess it was on TV a lot.
Terrible flick, but there's something about it that is amusing. I don't know what it is. It should be considered horrible, but I don't know.
What's funny about it is that Pauly Shore is actually being Pauly Shore, and then what's the Baldwin guy?
Stephen Baldwin.
He's trying to be Pauly Shore, so it's like this weird, like it's authentic Pauly Shore and shit kicker. It's so preposterous and stupid that I used to laugh at it. But I can't even remember. I can remember him trying to make a filter after the party, and he's sticking cigarette butts in some kind of a tray. And he's just going, making a filter. That's the only thing I remember.
And you have the bad guy from Ghostbusters, William Atherton, as the bad guy in that.
And he's always a good bad guy.
Well, have you seen any good movies recently, Rambo?
Old or new ones? You're talking about, well, obviously there's no new movies now, but yeah, I mean, I revisited the Sandlot. That was a fun film, fun baseball movie. And weirdly enough, that director went on to do Ace Ventura Jr., the one with the little kid.
Oh.
I'm like, how the hell do you go from the Sandlot to Ace Ventura Jr.? Fuck about. Goodfellas, I revisited Goodfellas, a great Scorsese movie. I enjoyed watching that again. Fuck you, pay me. You want that? You fuck you, pay me. Great. I'm not even like a big gangster guy, but that's still a well done movie. And yesterday we watched The Hunt for Red October, and that still holds up. You know, that was actually better than I remember, because I think as a kid I'm more of an action junkie, but now that I'm older I'm able to appreciate it more. And it's a submarine thriller, but good score by Basil Polidorus, who did the score for RoboCop. Sean Connery, granted he's supposed to be a Russian, but Sean Connery, so the most Scottish Russian you'll see. But,
he's just always Scottish. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. But it's still good. John McTiernan joint. So yeah, that's a couple.
I want to ask Lauren, what's your personal favorite Pauly Shore film?
The one with the credits at the beginning and the end.
Well, then you love the entire Pauly Shore catalog.
Clearly,
we need to
I don't
do
know
a
that I've
Pauly
ever
Shore
actually seen
live
one.
commentary up here.
I honestly don't know that I've ever seen a Pauly Shore film.
What are you talking about, man?
I just don't go out of my way to watch comedies. So, you know, if I do that, I don't think I'm starting with Pauly Shore. But
oh, dude, he's the creme de la creme. I mean, you've got Bill Murray, Jim Carrey, and then Pauly Shore's way up here.
Compared to Rob Schneider and Dick Schwartz, and Pauly Shore is Bill Murray. Compared to Rob Schneider, in my opinion.
Where on that scale you just developed is assisted suicide?
No, that's
and
suicide.
Frankly,
just above.
No. Pauly Shore is suicide prevention.
It doesn't need to be assisted. I could probably take care of it myself. But where does it go? Would you say it's like where is Bobcat Goldthwait or Whoopi Goldberg on this scale? And
First of all,
this is getting to be a disturbing
Hey.
spectrum. I don't know.
Where's Carrot Top on that list? Okay.
Carrot Top is somewhere.
God.
Carrot Top's somewhere in the middle.
If somebody brings up Gallagher, I'm out.
Carrot Top is clearly
Hey, man.
after.
Chairman of the board is a classic. I don't care who you are.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but that's board spelled B-O-R-E-D. That's how you spell chairman of the board.
Lauren, I want to challenge you, Lauren, to watch Son-in-Law
Wait,
and review it on your
motherfucker,
channel.
Wait, no. I'm doing the children of the fucking porn movies. I got roped into that shit. I'm not getting roped into this. No way.
I'd rather watch all the Children of the Corn movies than Pauly Shore's.
No, dude. No, Stone. I'm not sure that's true.
Easily.
You haven't seen what my week has looked like, okay?
There's 85 Children of the Corn movies. There's only 5 Pauly Shore films. Come on. It'd take you all year to watch all the Children of the Corn movies.
You do that, and Mike's got to watch Rise of Skywalker.
The only thing worse in life is if Pauly Shore ends up to be the face of he walks behind the rose.
Pauly Shore was a Jedi.
If Pauly Shore was in Rise of Skywalker, I would watch it.
If Pauly,
it would make it better.
If Pauly Shore,
but there has to be a cameo by Yahoo Serious.
Rise of the Weasel.
Because young Einstein rocked, man.
If only.
Oh my God, young Einstein! Holy shit!
There's one nobody's thought of for like.
The reference 2 people would get. Oh my God!
A Yahoo Serious shout out. Wow.
Oh damn, guys, deep cuts.
That's the first and only time you'll have a show mention Yahoo Serious.
Yeah, hopefully.
Some people watching that were like, "Wait a minute, those 2 words don't go together." What? We've blown some minds.
Only on the factory.
I guarantee you, everybody's like, "Who the fuck is Yahoo Serious?"
He's an Australian wacko.
Suppose McKenzie, right, guys?
Oh Lord!
Say a bunch of random ass like 80s references.
London
hey,
something.
Hey, Rambo! I know you remember Gar from Star Crystal.
Oh, the Jehovah's Witness alien that gave an electronic Bible and became friends.
Became the friends, yeah. Alien.
Yeah, a killer alien reads an electronic Bible and becomes a Jehovah's fucking Witness. Then it ends with a song sang by one of the people from Scooby Doo cartoon. I think like the girl was Daphne or something.
Daphne, yeah.
What is? Either one is wrong. Fucking Star Crystal.
Well, Lauren.
Rambo. Velma is never wrong. If you know what I'm saying.
Well, Lauren, when can we expect your Children of the Corn series retrospective? Are you going to go through and review each film? Or are you going to do like a long video?
It's going to be one video.
Okay.
It's going to be one video, and like I said, it's going to be it's going to explain how far I've gotten into every film before bailing, and why I bailed from each of them.
You've got to call it corn. It's got to be called Corn on Corn.
How many bullets are in the gun? In this one, 4 bullets. And this one, it was 5 bullets in the 6-shooter.
So
I mean,
one of the amazing things I will say about this series is that you think the dialogue can't get worse film to film, and somehow there's lines in every single one of them that you can't believe were actually generated by human beings. Like, they just took a Scrabble board, like shook it up, threw it on the floor, and whatever came out, that was a line of dialogue in that movie. Amazingly bad writing. Like, even if it was made up on the set, it was bad writing. Unreal.
So would you consider that the worst horror franchise for you?
I asked these guys, Rambo, last week, and what if Hellraiser or Children of the Corn had the worst long-running franchise, and they all said Hellraiser. I'm not sure I agree with that this week.
Well, I don't. For me, I don't remember.
Most people don't even like the first Children of the Corn. Most people don't even like the first Children of the Corn, let alone.
I don't.
Hellraiser people like the first 2.
I don't even remember Children of the Corn 3. I don't remember Children of the Corn 4. I vaguely remember Part 5. I do like Part 6, and then I don't remember any beyond that. So I mean, I'm not up on the Children of the Corn series that well. But the Hellraiser. I've only
seen the first one.
The Hellraiser movies, once they get into those direct-to-video ones, man, those are bad. Those
Hellraiser.
And then when you start talking about Revelations, I don't for a Children of the Corn movie to be worse than Hellraiser Revelations, they'd have to. And I've not seen like the remake or anything, but I mean, it can't be worse than Revelations.
The remake is pretty fucking close. That remake
I'll
is
send
pretty
you the
fucking
discs
close.
when I'm done.
Good luck with that.
At least you tried.
Well,
I
they're
think
they're all they're all better than Leprechaun. I'll say that.
Oh,
To me,
Christian
that is the
Attack.
worst fucking franchise. I hate that franchise with a passion. I hate LeBron.
Ooh.
Fucking
Oh
love
Go
my
get him,
God,
Christian.
Warwick,
Go get him.
Warwick
What?
Davis, man.
Damn.
He just paint.
This just
Not
became-
pawning. What's the fucking thing you jump on?
Pogo
That he
stick?
killed someone.
A pogo stick.
Yeah. I was going to say he ping ponged someone to death. No, he pogo stitched someone to death. He might as well be pawns one to death. They kept making them. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna get us back on wrestling, Lauren. Have you guys seen the one with Hornswoggle?
That's bad.
No, haven't seen that one.
That was bad, Jay.
I'm taking such a break from all this crap. I'm going to watch things that I genuinely think have a chance of being good for like a year.
I did make it through about the first 15 minutes of the very last Leprechaun they made, and then I bailed on it. I bailed on it. It had the heavy guy that was in the first one, who was also in Teen
Ozzy.
Wolf, and that's I think that's the last one they made. I bailed on it after like 15 minutes.
I'm guessing no Jennifer Aniston.
No.
I
waste.
know.
No.
Hell no. She...
Well, it's not like she's doing anything today. So I had to ask.
Somebody in the
Well,
chat.
she's on the Tresemme bottles or something at Walmart. So
Let's see who said this in the chat. Somebody in the chat said that the Howling series is the worst.
I was gonna say those. I mean, how many times did you say? Now, I good and conscious cannot recommend Howling 4, but if you are a fan of the series, I do
Yes.
think this is a great way to introduce yourself.
Yeah.
I have a soft spot for the Howling movies. I have to admit, even New Moon Rising, I have a soft spot for it. I didn't see the remake or whatever that last one they did was, reboot or whatever it was. I didn't see that one. Reborn. Yeah. But 1 through whatever, I like them. Sorry, but I like them. 7, yeah. There's like 6 or 7 at least, yeah.
And somewhere Gary Brandner's making money, and they've never bothered to adapt his original novel. It's amazing.
Well, since you're talking about franchise, did anyone? I've never seen these, but there's like 14 of them. Witchcraft. I think that's what it's called. It's literally.
I think I saw.
I was just curious.
Those are like
Last
soft
show.
pornos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen like half of them.
Well, they still count.
I think the first film wanted to be a real film, and that was the last time they really tried.
Well, there you go.
I don't think I think I may have seen the first 1 or 2, but then beyond that, I just remember that shelf on the video store that was all just, witchcraft movies. It was like a whole shelf was just witchcraft movies, and it's like, yeah, I'm not diving into that.
If you want to blow your mind, go on IMDb. You type in Amityville. How many films made with Amityville ripped off or taken that title? There's more than all the movies you mentioned combined.
Probably 25 or so, yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
That's crazy.
Easily. Whether it's connected or not, they just steal the title Amityville. There's like found footage Amityville. There's fucking.
Aren't they making
That's
it?
what happens when you claim it's based on reality. People can legally do whatever the hell they want with it.
Aren't they making a new Amityville movie now? Or
They
no?
are.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I saw the last one. It was like a straight to Google Plus stream.
It's gonna be straight to TikTok.
Awakening? Was it Awakening?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that
Yes.
one too. Horrible. Is there a franchise where you like all the movies? DJ Donnelly wants to know.
Friday the 13th is close. The only one I really dislike is Part 8, but only because it's disappointing. I mean, if you want the real Part 8, watch Maniac Cop 2 if you want to see a killer in the city. But like all the other ones I like. But that's tough. I mean,
What do we
every
consider a
single one?
franchise? What would be the minimum number of entries?
3,
4?
I would say 4.
No,
4.
4 or more.
Closest for me would be the Child's Play series, because the only portion of the Child's Play series I don't care for, and I know this is going to sound weird, but I like Child's Play 2 when it starts at the toy factory at the end, and then when it concludes right before the amusement park in Child's Play 3. I don't care much of what happens in Child's Play 2 before that, and I don't care much about that ending to Child's Play 3. And yet, I like the entire series. Very few complaints on all the other ones. I like them all individually. Child's Play is weird for me.
Yeah, I don't think I do.
Anybody? No.
I just don't feel like defending myself.
What about I think the closest for me would probably, Friday the 13th would be right up there, and
Friday, yeah.
Halloween would be right up there too. I like most of the Halloween movies.
Ooh.
Minus, Resurrection and Rob Zombies.
Well, yeah, but when compared to like some of the Amityville films or the Hellraiser films or some of these other films we've talked about, those Friday films and Halloween films are high art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the Psycho movies? I've seen some people talk about the Psycho movies in the chat.
Oh,
I like those.
Psycho
I like
2
the
is
first-
awesome.
Yeah, the
The
first
first
two are
two
so
sequels
good.
are really good.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
Would the remake be a part of the franchise?
if so,
Oh,
that's what sinks
hopefully
it.
not.
That's what I was thinking.
That's a hell of a sinker.
So let's see, how many just regular? Because I know there were the third Psycho movie's got Jeff Fahey in it, and Anthony Perkins directed it. What was the fourth one? What was it?
It's a
Subtitled?
Mick Garris
prequel
TV
with
movie.
Beginning.
Okay.
Henry Thomas
Chris.
played the young
Norman
Norman Bates.
And then there was another like a TV movie, wasn't there?
That was
Bates
bad.
Motel.
That
Bates
was
Motel.
bad.
That was really
Bud Court.
bad. That was from '87. Yeah, Bud Court. Mm-hmm.
But that
And
one's
I
then
heard
the
people talk
TV
about
show
it.
years later.
but that one's
I
not.
heard people.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. I was going to say, I heard people talk about the Bates Motel forever, like how good it was, and I finally tracked it down, and it's not good.
Because it's difficult to find, right? Yeah.
I have it in a 4-pack.
I'm sorry, I'm wrong. There is a franchise that I like every installment of. The Six-Gen films. Every single one is good.
Okay.
There's at least 6 of those.
There are 6 of them, and they're all good.
What
That's
about?
the only thing I can think of. That's all of them.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe Evil Dead. I could say Evil Dead, maybe.
Oh yeah, I love all the
Yeah.
Evil Dead movies.
Maybe even the remake I like.
Yeah.
Is anybody
Yeah, me
else's
too.
favorite Army of Darkness 2? That's my favorite one.
It's really close for me. It's really close for
Mine's
me.
part 2. Lauren's going to say his is part 1, right?
No, I'm a part 2 guy. I love the first film, but honestly, the second film is more fun, and that's where it wins.
I don't know. For me, I think part 2 gets a little too zany and comedic. I know. I seem to like the first one better, but I think I have the most fun watching Army of Darkness. Honestly.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, because I know why they did with part 2. They lost the rights, obviously, so they had to kind of remake part of the first film so that they could continue the story. Because something about the distribution deal with the first film, they couldn't use any scenes from it. But the first film is my favorite, and the second one to me is a half-ass remake with some Three Stooges humor thrown in. I don't hate it, I like it, but considering I saw the first one first and it was a lot, I don't know, it seemed more serious and more visceral, more what I would want from a horror film. But I do love Army of Darkness because it's unapologetically just silly,
Yeah.
and I do like that. But we needed the second film to get there. So I do have appreciation for part 2, but if I'm going to watch an Evil Dead flick, it's going to be the first one.
The weakest thing about Army of Darkness, I think, is the title. I really wish they had gone with the original title, which was, I think, The Medieval Dead.
Yeah.
You remember that? That would have
think
made much more sense, because a lot of people were like, wait a minute, what is this? I'm like, I think a lot of people were confused. They didn't know it was supposed to be the third Evil Dead movie when it came out.
Yeah. Bruce said in the special features of the Blu-ray that they wanted to make Army of Darkness. Sam Raimi wanted to make Army of Darkness as the second movie instead of what Evil Dead 2 was. That Army of Darkness was supposed to be Evil Dead or Medieval Dead 2 is what they were going to call it. But whatever happened, what you guys are talking about happened. But yeah, I love Army of Darkness so much. That's my favorite one.
Cameron in the chat wants to know, have we watched all of the Wishmasters or Warlock movies?
Oh God.
Oh, I loved Warlock. I just got that set. I love Warlock.
How many are there? I know 3.
There's there's at least 3.
First 2 are good.
I have seen all 4 Wishmasters. Yeah.
I've seen all of the Wishmasters. I don't remember very much about them, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
The only good one really is the first one. The second one, the low budget, hurts it. And then the third and fourth, the actor was replaced. You didn't have Andrew Divoff. You had another guy. And that
right.
Oh,
that didn't help.
I forgot to mention, I did watch a movie that features Cameron's favorite director, Jack Shoulder. I watched the Scream Queen, the Mark Patton documentary last night. It was really good.
Yeah, I saw that too.
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. And I also mentioned Jack Shoulder because he directed Wishmaster 2?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what yeah.
What about the Prom Night? You guys feel about those?
Oh my God.
The fourth film disqualifies it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the third or fourth film that well.
I love the third film. I'm the only one, but I love the third film. The Last Kiss is awesome.
What's that one subtitled?
I haven't seen that.
The Last Kiss. But you have to find the long version. The short version is like so choppy, it's hard to get into. The long version is awesome.
That's the one that like the artwork is like the guy on a motorcycle with Mary Lou. Okay, I've got
It's such a bizarre film. It's just endlessly bizarre.
The films that
got the remake and the baseball cap.
Oh God,
with Idris Elba. Police officer.
I really
Idris
wish I
Elba
liked the
chasing.
first Prom Night. I can't get into the first Prom Night. I tried it again. I watched it. I watched it with my wife, and I was like, Sydney, this is a Lifetime movie. This is not a slasher film.
Yeah.
It's okay. One of the issues I have, one, Leslie Nielsen completely disappears, and he's like essential to the story because he's like the dad. It's like, where the fuck did he go? He went to film Airplane, I guess. So they don't call him Shirley. And then also Jamie Lee Curtis, because the story is never a victim, so your lead is never in trouble, and that's very weird in a slasher movie.
That is odd. That is odd. I've never thought about it that way. I do really like Prom Night. I also like Prom Night too, but I don't remember 3 and 4 very well.
There's something about the Jamie Lee Curtis horror films that aren't Halloween, like Terror Train, Prom Night. I mean, God, I hate all those movies, man.
They're not very good. They really aren't.
I love Terror Train. Actually, it's probably in my top 10 favorite slashers. I just love the location and the switch and mask idea and stuff. And you got David Copperfield.
I dig all those flicks. I can't help it. I'm a mark for them.
Yeah, I like them.
And Road Games is a good one too.
I like Road Games. I got Road Games, and I was like, oh crap, Stacy Keach, he's awesome. He carried the movie for me, but I mean, she's not exactly hard on the eyes, so I like Road Games a lot.
Yeah. And that dude that directed Road Games, was it Richard Franklin? He directed Psycho 2.
There you go.
Yes, he did.
Psycho 2 is a juggernaut, man.
He also did Link, the killer orangutan. Well, it's an ape, but it's it's an orangutan.
That's a bad movie, man. That movie's crazy.
I've never seen Link.
Well, it's a chimpanzee, but they took an orangutan and they brushed it to look like. But if you see it, Every Which Way But Loose, Clyde. I mean, that's what it is. But they call it a chimpanzee. And Elizabeth Shue, Terrence Stamp. It's Jay said it best. It's a weird movie, but
and I need to watch it then.
I mean, chimpanzees are like extremely violent and like they'll rip your face off and stuff. So
they don't rip they chew your face off and then your genitals. If they can get to your face, they eat your face. If they can get to your genitals, they eat your genitals.
Oh, sounds great.
Well,
they're 99.9% the same as us, guys.
There's a channel called oh God, what's it called? Oh God, Horror Stories or something like that. And he did a video about, I'm sure you guys saw the news footage of the chimpanzee who ate the woman's face. Basically, just destroyed her, just annihilated her, ate her. Pretty much. She survived, but I mean, her face is just gone.
Yeah,
that sounds like meth heads in Florida.
Well, no, I think it was in Jersey, and I think it was her friend though.
It was her friend.
She invited her friend over. She no more got out of the car and like it just attacked.
Yeah,
you can imagine
it messed her up. Jeez.
Have any of you seen In the Shadow of Kilimanjaro? That's my favorite monkey rampage movie.
Long time ago. I think
it's so screwed
John
up.
Rhys Davies? Is John Rhys Davies in it, or?
I believe he is.
Man,
it's kind of hard to find now, but it's a really messed up film. It's about kids in a grammar school, and all the monkeys come out of the hills and just invade like the birds.
Hell yeah!
Oh wow,
sounds great.
That does sound good.
It's a mean-spirited movie. It's good. It's really good.
I have to look into that one.
Yeah. In that genre, I'd probably pitch Shakma, which is a crazy little movie.
Shakma
has a Roddy McDowell. Roddy McDowell, Amanda Weiss from The First Elm Street, Christopher Atkins. It's like they're trapped in a building. They're actually playing like a role-playing game, like a 90s like Dungeons and Dragons type of game. And then there's an experiment going awry, and this crazy-ass baboon that does look like it'll rip your face off. They did a crazy little movie.
I didn't realize there was such a fruitful primate exploitation subgenre out there. Wow. Jeez. Let's see. Trimmers. We got some love for Trimmers in the chat. Critters.
Critters.
Yeah.
Scream.
Somebody mentioned Phantasm Piz, and I may get shit for saying this. I can get on board with all of them, but I'm sorry. When I watched Ravager, I was just like, this is fucking bad.
Ravager's bad. There's no.
And, look. I really appreciate Angus Scrimm being in the movie. What a gentleman. I got to meet him before he passed. Very nice. God bless him. God rest him. That movie was... I want my money back. Man, I really do. That movie was bad.
It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. There's no debating it. That was a bad movie.
Was it the script? Was it the story? Because I didn't see them.
Script?
It's everything.
Script?
This thing.
You think there was a script?
Script with the biggest question mark, bigger than the Riddler.
The budget was literally like $25. And I mean, it's rough.
Yeah,
it's rough.
Uninspired. It just felt like garbage, man. It was just terrible.
Yeah.
So it's a glorified fan film.
Kind of, yeah.
That's a good way to put it. It's a glorified fan film by Don Coscarelli.
Well, he did direct
it.
Yeah,
Coscarelli didn't direct it. No.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that. Well, still, I don't care. It doesn't matter who directed. Whoever, it better be Alan Smithy. That's what I would have had put on the Blu-ray, whatever that pseudonym people use, because it was just bad.
Yeah, I forget the guy's name, but it wasn't Coscarelli.
I mean, the fourth one has pacing problems, but at least it's watchable.
Yeah, I mean, it's a giant step down.
Someone mentioned Critters. Did anyone see that one, the new binge, where the critter ate out the girl between her legs, and not in the good way, not in the bad way?
No. No.
Yeah, I saw that. I forced myself to watch it.
Literally. Mm-hmm. And the fat kid became a part critter, part human.
Whoa. Maybe I need to finish. I watched like the first 3 episodes, and it was pretty terrible.
Yeah,
it doesn't get better. So.
Did you see Critters Attack?
No. A new binge. I'm done.
I stupidly. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say I stupidly was like, okay, new binge was silly, but Critters Attack's they're gonna get things back on track. We're gonna get back on track, and it didn't have. It was a Disney film, man. There was a good girl critter. I was like, what the hell is this?
Oh my god.
Are you kidding me? It was pathetic.
They had one go down on one. Now we got one becoming one.
I mean, it was a Disney film. I'm not even kidding.
Disney princess.
It needs to be on Disney Plus.
Riley Guy says Jaws franchise. I absolutely agree with the Jaws franchise. I love all of them.
Even 4?
No,
4 is
love 4.
I'd take 4 over 3. That's me, though.
I would too. I would too.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, but that's
Dennis Quaid, man.
That's
Dennis
not
Quaid easily
kind
is
of-
3 over 4. Dennis
The only
Quaid.
thing I liked, the only thing I liked about 3 was Leah Thompson in a bikini. That was the only thing. The thing
That's
about
good too.
the thing about 3 that pisses me off is the fact that Florida SeaWorld, I mean, of course, they had to shut down a lot of their killer whale shows because of how they abuse the animals. So that's why I say fuck Jaws 3D. I mean, I'd rather watch Jaws: The Revenge. I mean, it's got some nice Bahamas photography. It's got Mario Van Peebles. That's enough for me.
If you saw Jaws 3D,
Blackfish was a bit of a hit piece, but
yeah, exactly.
I think it was more about how they got the whales and without checking the background of the people that pulled them out of the water and captured them and stuff. And I agree that keeping them locked up in a very small tank when they're supposed to, swim the oceans and stuff is questionable. But they have mended, they've tried to change their ways as much as they can. But I don't really hold that against them. I mean, there's other companies that did far worse, and I've seen SeaWorld do a lot of good. As far as they brought back the manatee from near extinction, and whenever there's a problem out in the water, they have like special rescue teams that go out and help animals and stuff. So they kind of counterbalance what bad they've done with a lot of good. So I kind of cut them some slack, but that doesn't make Jaws 3 a good movie. But I just don't hold that against it. And I think it's funny how Orlando's like 50 miles away from the ocean. So there's no way in hell a shark's going to swim into SeaWorld anyway. Yeah, but Jaws 1 and 2 are great. 3 and 4 are so bad they're good.
Bad. Yeah. Okay. I just hated the 3D too. It was so horrible.
Yeah, if you saw it in theaters, that was headache medicine. Man, you there's no one who walked out of Jaws 3D feeling like they could see straight because the effects did not work. They simply didn't work. Like you'd get one that does, and the next one would be just 2 images crudely overlaying over each other, and your brain couldn't comprehend what was going on, so it just kind of shut down in places. I think everyone has blackouts because of that movie, and we could come through thinking it's a good trip, but it wasn't.
Please say we're all in agreement that both Strip to Kill movies are awesome.
I've never seen the second.
I don't think I've seen the second one either. That one's got Maria Ford in it, doesn't it?
Oh, the sequel has Maria Ford. The first one had Kay Lenz.
Yeah, I've seen the first one.
He played the detective that went undercover in the strip club to find the serial killer. Yep. Mr. Roper is the strip club owner chomping cigars. Oh, that movie is just a masterpiece.
I love those old movies like that where, every police investigation, they always start at the strip joint. That's the first place they start the investigation is at the strip joint.
Oh, and the name of the strip joint in Strip to Kill, it's called Rock Bottom.
Nice.
I love that.
Hey, what's up, Zach? How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Rather Guy says Toxic Avenger franchise. Any Toxie fans here?
Oh.
Yeah, I like
the original's a classic. After that, it gets really silly really quick.
I fucking hate Trauma, man. Oh my god. I can't stand any of those movies. I don't like that Lloyd Kaufman. I don't like his jokes. I don't like his humor. He's like a dumbass Larry Cohen. It just
dude, we're having him on next week, man.
Oh, this is awkward.
Kaufman would definitely come on the show. There's no doubt about that. He'd be here.
Give him $5 and a burrito, he'll be there.
Yeah, because Michael Hirst is like camera shy. He very, very rarely ever makes public appearances or anything. I mean, I remember when I reviewed their first 4 Trauma movies, and the Michael Hirst interview was less than a minute, and it was just Lloyd Kaufman dominating everything else, all the commentaries, documentaries, everything, and Michael Hirst just came in for 1 minute just to say, thank you.
He's a man of
that
few
sounds
words.
like Lloyd Kaufman.
Man of few words. Michael Network says that he thinks a good topic for us to discuss is production hell. I'm guessing movies that that went through a difficult production stage, or movies that, I don't know. That would be an interesting topic to discuss at some point.
Development hell.
Development hell.
Yeah, that's So it wasn't underwater and oh no, that was just on the shelf.
That one was just
that got
shelved.
shelved for a really long time.
That was a shelved. Okay, yeah.
Oh, thank you, Jeff. Jeff says he loves our videos. Thank you. And Rod the Guy, we talked about the Puppet Master franchise earlier in the stream. Somebody talked about it.
That was my fault.
I've not seen Combat Shock. Anybody here saw Combat Shock? Is it worth checking out?
Yeah, it is. That's not an original Trauma film, though. They licensed that.
Okay.
Yeah, they started out as just a distribution company where they would buy films and put them out, and then they thought, well, hell, we can make more money if we just throw $1.98 at the screen and make our own movies.
Yeah.
But some of their earlier efforts weren't. Yeah, they were what they were, but it got really stupid, though. I mean,
like I mean, I remember. I remember liking Toxic Avenger, Nuke 'Em High, Romeo and Juliet,
Surf Nazis,
Terror Firmer,
Surf Not Die.
Surf Nazis Must Die.
Yeah.
They were a company that once like direct to video really became a real thing, started to suffering, and then once digital cameras came out, it was over. Because it just made production too easy. There's something to be said for having to struggle a little bit and learn some actual craft.
I mean, like I grew up with the cartoon, the Toxic Crusaders or whatever.
Toxic Crusaders.
There was a Nintendo game too. Toxie had his own Nintendo game, for God's sake.
Yeah.
And action figure set.
Yeah.
I remember that back in the day.
Made by Playmates. Same guys that did Turtles.
Like, how did that happen?
Video game nerd episode with Kaufman is hilarious.
Well, it's that the Toxic Crusader show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, how did that happen?
At one point they were going to do a live action Toxic Crusaders, because I remember there was an interview with a guy who was going to be an effects guy on it. It was going to be released like 1990 or something. I'm not sure what happened, but it was going to be a live action version of Toxic Crusaders.
Yeah, when that was released as a kids cartoon, I was just thinking, oh yeah, when I'm thinking, adapting a movie to a kids cartoon, Toxic Avenger is the first thing I think of. Can you imagine parents that like their kids love the cartoon and they find out there's movies? They're like, yeah, mommy, rent me this Toxie movie. And what the reaction would have been when, I always wanted to cornhole me a blind bitch. You know what I mean? It's like, I can imagine the horror on the faces of adults and parents.
It's like when they
took this day.
It's like when they took Platoon and they made the Nintendo game of NES game of Platoon.
Well, after the success of Aliens, there was a pilot of an animated Colonial Marines animated show that exists, but it's never really leaked. There's been individual images, and if you think of the original film Alien as a kid's property, there's just something wrong with you.
They made RoboCop into a cartoon too.
I was gonna say, I didn't even know they made RoboCop into a cartoon. I've never seen that.
Well, RoboCop was one of those, like I can remember being a kid and like everybody saw RoboCop somehow. Like and they had action figures.
Like the third one was basically a kid's film, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was pretty soft. Yeah, there wasn't much.
At least there was a transition there. I mean, Toxic Avenger.
I don't know how the hell somebody came.
Wasn't there a Back to the Future cartoon?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there was.
I never
It was
saw
based
that
on like
either.
Part 3, I think.
I
They had the train and everything.
I think everything that was popular in the 80s, I mean, got a cartoon. Teen Wolf had a cartoon. I'm sure. Surely there was like an
Die
Indiana
Hard
Jones cartoon. Yeah.
Karate Kid had a
There had
cartoon.
been
Mr. T.
Rainbow had a cartoon.
A Lethal
Yeah,
Weapon cartoon,
sadly.
Yeah.
But the Ghostbusters cartoon, I always enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
The real
that was
Ghostbusters.
The real-
Oh,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
real Ghostbusters, yeah.
Yes,
that was
they're-
awesome.
The 80s trifecta is like cartoon, action figure, cereal.
I
Exactly.
was just gonna
Exactly.
say, yeah.
Exactly. Too bad we never got like the Predator cereal, Predatoros. Like it turns your milk.
I'm sure
it turns the
Ralston
milk.
had it on the They had it in development.
It turns your milk bright green.
Marshmallows.
Yeah, and it turns your milk bright green. You know.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Ecto cooler.
Ecto cooler, yeah. Oh man,
there you go.
I'm
sure that Ghostbusters is sitting on like that movie. Like they've got to be sitting on some merchandising that they want to get out there.
Oh yeah,
because you know
they were going to redo all the old Kenner toys.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was marking out a little bit. I wanted to get the old Slimer because I got a shelf in the game room of Ghostbusters stuff, and I was so pumped to get the Slimer and the Kenner Marshmallow Man, but now I gotta wait.
They had all the they had the Proton Pack and everything coming back out. Everything I was just like, I'm buying everything for my kids. I'm playing Ghostbusters all day.
So you guys,
I wanted to ask you guys a question because I saw this the other day. It says I'm here. Rodero Deodato apparently is doing a Cannibal Holocaust video game.
Yeah. It's got to be one of the strangest news stories I saw today. That's for sure.
Xbox One and PS4.
Yeah. Cannibal Holocaust. I think it's trying to piggyback off of like the Friday the 13th and Predator, like that concept of the game. But I don't understand it other than that. But that's and it's the sequel. It's like a sequel story apparently.
Everybody did.
Yeah.
I don't get that one.
I don't get
the other people in the screening room are alive.
There you go.
But I mean, Deodato's
That's
80,
true.
so I don't think he probably just sneezed at the idea, and that's why it's real.
Yeah.
I can't imagine him having any real creative input on it.
Just to think the process of all the movies, pick Cannibal Holocaust. Like
I'm assuming you get to jump on top of
a Serbian film, the video game.
I'm assuming you can jump on top of turtles and they fall apart.
Yeah. Well, if we don't get a Serbian film, the video game, we need to get a Serbian cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you thought Touchscreen was crazy.
A Serbian cartoon.
Right. Co-starring Raddy Deanne.
Oh God.
Shout Factory presents
a Serbian film, the cartoon for you needs for today.
Zach, we talked a little bit about the Resident Evil remake earlier in the stream. I know Raiho said he's interested in getting it.
I played the demo. The demo was really good. I've been talking to Cole. He picked it up, and he's really enjoying it. I assume it's as short as the original game was, so I'm pretty sure it's like the original game. I don't know if anybody played it. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis is very short. It's sort of like a side story to Resident Evil 2, and it actually they even used a lot of the if you go to the police station, stuff like that, they used a lot of the assets from 2. It's more like a 2.5. I'm pretty sure that this movie's in a similar vein. It's a very short game for the price tag, but the demo played great, and RE2 that remake is excellent. So I'm definitely going to pick it up eventually. But I haven't played much more than that. So
that's been one of the big gripes I've heard people say about it, that it's too short and it's not worth the $60.
Yeah, I've heard there's a mixed reaction. Apparently, they've cut stuff out that was in the original game, like certain locations and stuff, which makes the game shorter, I guess. So
yeah, I can remember playing the original. I mean, this is going back, and I remember I picked it up and I'm at that, and I'm like, that's it. Like I can remember that reaction then. So I can imagine all these people paid $60 or $70 for the game and sit down and going, what? So I feel them, but at the same time I knew that was coming because I played the original, unless they padded it with new story or something like that.
Roland 666 says the actor who played the creepy German guy in Human Centipede has died today.
Yeah, he did. I saw that.
Well, actually, Borderline 11 said that he died over a month ago. So, but he's apparently dead.
That's a shame.
So, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Any other topics, or just anything you guys got on your minds? Anything? Let's ask. Let's get some. I think we need some wise words from the professor to really pick us up. What kind of wise words you got for us this week, Professor?
Man, with everything going around, I hear a lot of unwise words. I know that. turn off the TV and just, just be happy. I mean, I hear a lot of negative doom and gloom because that shit sells, right? Bring the body bags closer to the camera. Just it'll be over. It sucks that people are dying. It always sucks that people die. People die every year. So, my heart goes out to the people affected by the situation. It's horrible whenever things like this happen, but it will be over. We will get past it, and hopefully we can make an economic recovery as well, so we can get back to somewhat normal life. It may never be the same, but that may not be a bad thing, because hopefully one thing people have gleaned from this situation is what you can actually live without. I mean, once you're restricted from doing things and wasting money on things that don't matter, you maybe think about making the decision of not going back to those wasteful habits. You use this time to, be introspective and figure out what works for you, what you need, what you really need, what you don't need, and just come out of it, as a learning experience, and just try to be the best you can moving forward. And always keep in mind that something like this could happen again at any time. So, just keep living the best life you can live and don't worry about it, because one thing I know for sure is that life is fatal. That's one thing we can't escape. Life itself is fatal. And like the Doors documentary, and no one here gets out alive. So it doesn't, what matters is what happens between when you're born and when you die. Nobody knows when you're going to die. Just keep living, just don't buy into all this negative shit. I mean, I've had to turn off the news whatsoever. They're not reporting any recoveries. There's over 300,000 people have recovered. All you see on the news is number of infected and number dead. How many body bags have been ordered by this county and how many things they don't have. They don't talk about what they do have or the positive things that are going on.
I don't understand why you need a death toll anyway. I mean, this is what sci-fi movies would make fun of, news programs that would have a satirical death toll, blah, blah, blah. The numbers go up.
It's like the news is turned into, it's like turned into Starship Troopers, It's really, would you like to know more? Yeah, I mean, it's become a parody of itself. And I'm not taking sides on any political sides. Both sides are trying to take advantage of the situation to make themselves look good or the other side look bad. I don't really give a shit about either side. I give a shit about the people affected and the people around me. I just hope it works out for the best. And, most of us can pull through this with, unscarred as possible. And just use it as a learning experience and appreciate what you have. And maybe you've learned to appreciate what you already had, but forgot about. So there's always a spin you can put on it. I mean, like I said before, this thing hasn't really affected me that much because I pretty much stopped doing everything for over a year so I could get a house. So not doing anything is pretty par for the course for me for the last, 18 months. So it hasn't really affected me. That doesn't mean it hasn't affected other people, and I appreciate that. I'm not trying to make light of it. But if it's not Ebola or something, it's going to be something, and something else will come around the bend in the future if this thing doesn't come back. And I don't know. Just living in fear is just not a way to live.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well said. Keep on rolling. Be Movie Mike. Is Stingray? Are you here? Stingray? I think we need a Stingray spotlight tonight. We'll wait for Stingray to come back. What's under Lorne's craw this week? Let's talk about Lorne's scorn.
So telephone poles.
Oh. Okay.
So we live in a landscape where we lost our payphones, generally speaking. A few are still around. They don't work. They look busted out. They have some graffiti on them. And we're in a world where we are losing concepts like malls. And what bothers me is not that we're losing things like this and that we'll soon lose those telephone poles. Because believe me, they're not going to be replaced. The landlines are going away. Everything's going underground because people need it. We need their communications for internet, not for voice at this point. I don't have a problem with the world changing. What I have a problem with is that all of our nostalgia for the past is misapplied. And all the things that are going to actually keep us engaged and safe are being abandoned for what's new and cool. So if we've learned nothing over the last few weeks, we certainly have lost the ability to just go out and just find what we need. Toilet paper is a joke, we all know it, but on one hand, in that first week, there was a real fear that it wasn't coming back to the store shelves. The less businesses we have, the less of what we need we have. So we've all rushed to Amazon, right? And we all love Amazon because of the ease and the comfort of being able to order in our underwear at 3 a.m. But at some point, will the stores really be able to be profitable enough to be open? We have to think about our world differently than we're thinking about it now, because we're losing touch with all the things that make us a society. We are right now self-quarantining in our houses. It's funny because I watch the news and I watch many like panelist shows on regular television, and they look like the sausage factory at this point. But is that how we're going to live, as just images of private rooms on screens? We're not going to venture out into the world anymore? And you think, nah, this will blow over and we'll get past it. And I'm sure that's mostly true, but I don't think it's going to be entirely true, because we're becoming comfortable with the idea of being a antisocial society. We're getting comfortable with the idea of 6 foot apart from each other. And I don't mean that physically to avoid the virus. I mean 6 feet apart from people because they might not agree with my politics, or they might offend my choice of pronoun. We have to find a way to bring back the telephone poles, because they connected every house on the block. They were a connection. And if it's not a telephone pole, we have to find something that replaces the telephone pole to bring our society back together. Because right now we're as splintered as we've ever been, both metaphorically and physically. And we've got to change that. Because if we don't, the road forward is more division, more hate, and more name calling. And I'm through with all that shit. We've got to change. What we do on this show, when we get together and we talk about the movies we love and the video games you guys love and the wrestling you guys love, it's still a community. And the reason people show up every week, the reason that DJ Donnelly and Borderline 11 and Steak Sauce are here every week, is because they're not getting this everywhere else, which is exactly the problem we all face. So once we get out of isolation, once we get out of this self-quarantine, get back with people. Get back to the stores you love. Maybe place less online orders and go back into places where real people are earning their livings. Because a society needs to be social. That's it.
Well said. Well said. We've had some requests for an old school segment. Rambo's Rage. What's is there anything causing you to rage lately, Rambo?
That's a loaded question. Well, I mean, I'm not. Everybody has already said the best of what's going on in the real world. I mean, just use common sense. Common sense is not against the fucking law, and so I think for some people it seems like it is. But common sense is not. Just use common sense. Be careful and take it day by day. I mean, I could rage more, but I mean, again, it's just these guys said it best. I mean, what the people who said it before me on the panel here. Just take things day by day. Don't freak out in the world, because you could be scared 24/7, but then you're not living. And then it's like, well, what's the point? And yeah, I mean, just be aware of your surroundings, take it day by day, be careful, but also just use common sense. You don't need 85 rolls of toilet paper. Your ass is not going anywhere. It doesn't need that much to wipe it. Okay? You don't need a 3-month supply. Okay? You don't shit that much per day, unless you don't eat it too, or do other stuff with it. I mean, again, it's like some people just don't know common fucking sense. It's like, were they born this way? Are they born were they born sideways? It's inbreeding. What I mean, sometimes you just wonder about people out there in the world, getting fist fights over toilet paper. You know, I mean, what was the Tommy Lee Jones said in Men in Black? A person is smart, but people are dumb. I mean, so yeah, I mean, there's this, you know, as for what raging, I mean, really nothing that hasn't been said before. Again, just I keep repeating myself. Common sense is not against the law. Just use it, apply it, day by day. You'll be fine. Don't fucking go and fucking lick fucking ice cream in the fucking Walmart tubs of ice cream, or lick deodorant, or lick toilet seats, or where the fuck your pea brain want to do. Okay, open up your cranium so someone to take a piss in it. If that's the type of person you are, does it you fucking deserve, you dumbass cocksuckers. Again, common sense is against the fucking law. I sound like fucking Armand Asante from Judge Dredd. Law. Jesus Christ. It's not just don't be an idiot, don't be a moron, don't be a dumbass, don't be a putz, and don't be an asshole. Just be a decent person day by day, and you will make it just fine. Don't fucking rub your body up against people. Don't, like you're fucking smothering them. It's all simple things you can do, and you will be fine.
There you go.
Pretty much it.
Well said. Absolutely. Well, let's give some more shout-outs here, and then we'll go ahead and call it a night. We've been going for about 2 hours and 45 minutes.
I did have a quick question, if that's okay.
Sure.
Since I've never seen this show, but it's the topic. Did everyone see the Netflix Tiger Team thing?
Yeah.
Because that's all I keep hearing people talk about.
I've not seen it yet, but that's everybody's talking about
it. It's something. It's something.
It's something.
And by the way, Rambo, you mentioned eating poop, so I just want to say R.I.P. Dieter Laser.
R.I.P. who? Okay, the guy from. Okay, yeah.
I knew his name was Dieter something. I was trying to remember. Okay.
Yeah.
And Rambo, I want to personally apologize to you. It was only one time that I licked that toilet, and I got paid well.
Damn you!
Oh
Damn
gosh.
you.
Links are in the chat.
Let's see who's still with us tonight. Roland 666, our buddy Steak Sauce, Nico, DJ Donnelly, Borderline 11, Alexander Barnes.
I have to say real quick, sorry, Piss. This has been the most viewed episode so far in the last 4 weeks. You guys had nearly 80 to 90 people watching at one point live, which is for no topic. That's really good.
Maybe, yeah. I think I didn't name the episode anything, so people are like, hey, what are they talking about? Oh goodness, let's see. Who else have we got with us tonight? Jamie, Jessica Graham, Zach Livingston, Robert Long, Cobra, Jeff Overing, DJ Boy. Had a very lively chat tonight as well. Rye the Guy. But yeah, we had a very lively chat. Really fun show. Oh, Cola's guy. I was getting ready to say we didn't see Cola's gay tonight, but here he was. He was here. Or she, whoever it is. Steven Seagal, Al from Russia. But yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. Garrett is in the chat. My buddy Garrett. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. And a big thanks to all you guys for tuning or for joining me tonight. Stone, Raiho, Rambo, good to see you back. I'm glad you've got your internet situation sorted out. You've got some real internet going on now. Very good.
Yep, no satellite internet.
Very good.
No stuttering every 5 minutes. And believe me, folks, don't get satellite internet.
Yes.
You might as well just use pieces of string and tie to a kite and work as efficient.
Very true. Very true. Thank you, Cameron. Of course, Cameron, go check out the trailer for Queen of Hearts, the Twin Peaks fan film that he just dropped. It's over on his channel, Obnoxious and Anonymous.
I got to say, when I was off the air, I was listening to the show, and of course, you guys brought up Jack's shoulder. But I just want to say, when you guys mentioned all the animal films, I don't know if you guys threw it out there. I threw it out in the chat. Roar. If you guys have not seen Roar, Lauren brought it up too. The Blu-ray is incredible. It's one of the just do yourselves a favor, everybody in the chat or watching. Just after the show's over, YouTube Roar trailer. You will literally piss your pants just watching the trailer.
I've heard of
And
this movie. Yeah.
as a bonus, if you really hated Speed 2, a tiger tried to take care of John DeBont in advance of that film being made. For real, for that movie.
You will literally all you have to do is show someone that trailer and they will either piss their pants or buy the Blu-ray.
You can see Tippi Hedren get her leg broken for real by an elephant on film.
That's true.
That's the one with Melanie Griffith when she was younger, right?
Yeah.
And she nearly gets scalped. Yep, for real.
And she's sleeping in a bed of like 50 tigers and lions.
I read about the making of that. That would have been fucking crazy.
No animals were harmed in the making of this film. However, there were 81 injuries among cast and crew.
Yeah.
Well, as long as there were no animals injured, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Fuck humans.
And they gave full screenwriting and they gave like partial screenwriting and directing credit to the lions.
To the main ones, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know about DGA rules on that.
That's.
And it was all for nothing because no one has heard of the movie. Like, rarely anyone's heard of the movie. Like all this stuff. My God.
It's shocking. It's shocking.
But thanks, Mike, for joining us again. It's good to have you back in the fold on a consistent basis, of course.
Thank you, sir. Good to be back.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lauren. Take care of yourself up there in Joyzy. Keep an eye on Steak Sauce. He needs guardianship and guidance, and
Well, that shouldn't be that hard. He's self-quarantined in a local prison, so.
Oh, okay. Well, good. He's got 3 meals and 3 hot meals and a cot, right?
Unfortunately, it's the Clinton women's prison, so.
Ah, okay.
I do like the allusion to the only thing that can stop Rambo is satellite internet. So that's what the fifth Rambo Last Blood should have been.
Thank you, Christian, down in Louisiana. Take care of yourself down there.
Yes, sir.
And let's close out with a Stingray Spotlight. What you got for us this week in the Spotlight, Stingray? You're back and clean up.
Well, guys, the other day, I just had YouTube going. I would just brings up some random ass video after it plays, a video. Well, it brought up this documentary called Carts of Darkness from 2008, and it's pretty interesting. It's all about homeless people who ride grocery carts full of cans and bottles to recycle, and they go down like these huge hills and shit. And get all hurt. So it's pretty awesome.
Sweet. And it's called what again? Carts
of Darkness.
Carts of Darkness.
And the guy that made the film, he's a documentary filmmaker, and he's actually, I don't know if he's paralyzed or what, but he's in a wheelchair. So at the very end of the film, he gets in a cart, and the guy flies him down this huge hill. So it's pretty cool.
Sweet.
It's more fun than it sounds, because it shows you all the interesting, meth heads and alcoholics in the area.
Oh goodness. All right, well, Stingray, thank you for joining tonight as well, and for that spotlight. But all right, well, guys, everybody out there, take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you again in the very near future. So until then, have a great one, and peace.